All right there. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Let me just tweet this and tell people on Discord that I'm going live. And we'll see who watches. This is going to be a weird stream because this is going to be like only a few diehards that watch. But I promise you guys, you'll enjoy yourselves. I'll get into a description in just a second. Should I tweet it as well? I mean, why not? Let's tweet it. Okay. All right. Well, what do I say about this? First of all, hello Ty, Diakana, Avenrise, Afro Dizzy, Bass Ackwards, WP. How are you doing? Isn't it hot over there in the UK? Yeah, it's boiling. It's like the UK will have like 3 hot days a year, and we're in them. We're in them at the moment. It was 33 degrees Celsius yesterday, where I live, which that's like in the 90s, I think Kerry said, Fahrenheit, which is pretty mental. Yeah, it's just generally been really nice. It's evening now though. You know, the sun is getting a little bit low in the sky. It's 9:05, but you know the sun's out a long time, so it's nice out at the moment. It's still very humid, but it's cooling down, and I've got a fan blowing on me. If you hear that in the microphone too loudly, well, tough titties, because I'm leaving it there. Because I finally went through Patreon messages yesterday. I've been feeling really guilty and embarrassed about Patreon the past like 2 months. Because the early End of Dragons daily episodes weren't going up and stuff. So I was kind of avoiding it. But looking over there, I found a lost message from like January. An audio engineer was giving me advice about maybe what I'm hearing with this weird distortion in my microphone. And they like gave me advice about like unplugging my speakers and any lamps and stuff and not having cables in it. Well, and I basically listed out a ton of errors, all of which I do. So it was pretty good. Oh, I don't even have notifications on this screen. What is this? Oh, hold on. I don't think we'll get too many subs today. So I'll leave the notifications on. We'll have the Spud Club dialogue. Why not? Stellaris seems very quiet. Can you guys actually hear it? It was supposed to be like a cinematic opener kind of thing, but it sounds to me Like, it's not really coming through. You have no sound. There is sound. It's just very quiet.
Join the Spud Club if you got an
Oh,
eye
that
for farm
sucks.
potatoes.
The ambience and the music in this game is one of the best things about it. All right, you guys will just have to tell me if it gets too loud. It was louder at the start. I never actually changed the volume. They're just saying better. Right, okay, so yeah, anyone out of the loop, just a little explanation. Last year, actually, I've been a big fan of this game since it came out. In fact, if you go to the Visual Wood channel, now deceased, rest in peace, you can see a series where I picked this game up on a whim. Basically, Matt and I were looking for games to play, and we looked at like Steam charts, stuff that people were excited about, and Stellaris had just come out, and I had played Magicka from Paradox at that time. That was it. I hadn't played any of their big strategy games, and I just picked it up, and I thought, well, look, let's try it out. And we did like this crazy video where I was really captured by the game, but it's a very complicated, very big game. And we tried to do like 20 minutes where we explained everything, and it ended up an hour, and it was just the whole time me just like talking and Matt trying to be entertaining, trying to make things a little bit better, as best he possibly could, but it was basically impossible. It was and so we never ended up really playing it together much, but I got hooked by it. I sort of went back to it a few months later, and then a few months again, and a few months again, and then I got really into modding it. Finally last year I did stream it for you guys. Was it last year? So there have been 2 expansions since my series. But when I did my YouTube series, it was right before... Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of subs here. When I did my series, it was right before Federations came out. So there's a whole batch of content with Federations that I didn't talk to you guys about and didn't really understand. And now there's been another one called Nemesis. In that time, I have had private playthroughs, but mostly what I've been doing is modding the game. When I play this game, I get so inspired. It's unreal. There's so many little mechanic tweaks and like little things you can do that I just think would make the game amazing. And I always tweak it and think, oh yeah, I'll do a YouTube series later. It will be so good. I'll blow their socks off, blah, 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 blah. And then I never get around to it because, you know, the mods don't finish, or they do, like, as I explained on my stream yesterday, they'll end up doing a big update that implements what I was trying to do. So this Nemesis expansion just officially supported a bunch of stuff that I was trying to mod into the game. So I'm really keen on seeing it. It's the first contact phase of diplomacy. And I really, really am very, very excited to see what they do. I'm going to be a complete noob here, though, because to be honest, since the big planetary rework, I'm kind of bad at this game. So, yeah, we'll just go through and see what we think. Now, you guys in chat, as we start out here, you can help me out. I need to pick a race to play. So we can do one of the preset races. And I wonder who the new preset empire is. From Nemesis. So there's 2 human races. The Vora Vanilla. These guys are all, obviously, these guys are, is this Apocalypse when they added the robots and stuff? That basically lines up with Guild Wars 2's Path of Fire for what it's worth. Oh, is it these guys? These might be... Oh, are these just the... by the way, I have all the DLCs. These are just the Lithoids pre-Empire? Necroids, yeah. Necroids I was playing. I didn't do any YouTube or anything with it. Where's my Necroids race? Is everyone actually represented? Oh, yeah, here you go. These are my Necroids. Well, not mine. These are the preset Empire. Does anyone know if Nemesis added a new, you know, basic empire? Because I'd play them, whoever they are. But yeah, as I've got in the title, we are on the Dick series of updates. Version 3.0.3. Not gonna lie, my playthrough from a while back got you really into want to try it? Well, I'm glad, man. I mean, hopefully this will be fun as well. This won't be as good because this will be a bit more... This will be a different flavor. This will be me blind, so we don't know what's going to happen completely. It's also not going to be Guild Wars themed. What I would like to do is play this, get to grips with the game, maybe tweak some... bung some mods out, update my Guild Wars mod, improve it, and then maybe do a series 2 at some point by the end of the year. That would be really cool on YouTube. Fuck off these Genshin ads of 30 seconds. I'm not specifically running any ads. However, I did look at some stuff, by the way. I can enable emote-only chat now, which is something I've never done on Twitch. Do you guys want to see emote-only chat? All right, this should work. There you go. We're on emote-only. Oh, no, now it's off again. Shit. Did I mess that up? There you go. You guys you can put emotes in. Let's see what there you go. So, That is totally possible. I won't be doing this, obviously. But yeah, I added some buttons. I decided to learn a little bit more about this website. All right. Anyway. So let's build an empire, shall we? Why not? Okay. Let's do it this way. Get your keyboards ready, guys. I'm gonna call out a number, and the first person to type that number with their answer to the question gets it. Yeah? Okay, so the number is 53. Which should we do? Human? Actually, the number's not 53. I'll read them out. Should we do human, machine, mammal, reptile, avian, arthropoid, molluscoid, fungoid, plantoid, lithoid, or necroid? So necroids are like undead, have some special mechanics. Lithoids are like, you know, rocks and so on, have some special mechanics. I really want to play a Terravore, which are like world eaters. Plantoids are plants. They don't have special mechanics, but I think an upcoming patch will actually do that. The others are pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so the number's actually 71. So the number's 71. So whoever says 71, machines have very special mechanics as well. I kind of don't want it to be machines. I kind of don't want to do a machine. All right, first person was Whiskey Mike with Avian 71. Okay, so pick an Avian portrait. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There are 18 to choose from. The first person to give me a number between 1 and 18 picks the portrait. So have a good look and get your keyboards ready. The number is 99. What you got to do, so it's going to be two numbers. It's going to be a portrait and a number. Oh, they're adding a unique mechanic to humanoids as well. I didn't know that they're doing that. Okay, so Diakana won that at 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're playing... God, these are creepy, guys. Well chosen. These are creepy. I kind of want my UI to be a bit big. See, this is the thing. I mean, I like the UI mods that make the races look bigger and the planets look bigger and stuff. But this is totally vanilla what we're doing here. Okay, so... as long as it's not a joke name... Someone name our race. The number is 12. Name the race. The number is 12. I could also randomize it. What sort of disease mo is that? I know, right? Mukpoop, but yeah, as long as it's not a joke. Okay, they're called the Sire. So it's Sire, and then it's... Oh, do you know what I think would actually be pretty cool? For plural? Sciae. Oh, and then we can do cyan as the adjective. Okay, we're not going to have a biography because there's no way to do that with Twitch. Okay, so the name lists are probably not going to be that interesting, but we will just, because I don't have any mods or anything, I haven't updated any of this stuff. Shall we do a Necroid name list? Because this is all kind of new to me still. Let's do a Necroid name list, why not? So we're going to have the Juggernaut and the Shadow Isle and so on. Right, okay. Oh, man, there's been so much balance and stuff. I don't know. I don't know any strategies or anything anymore. So let's just do it as a purely roleplay thing, I guess. So first, someone pick a negative trait. So here are your choices with the negative traits. Wasteful, decadent, fleeting, deviant, repugnant, solitary, sedentary, weak, unruly, quarrelsome, slow learner, slow breeder, non-adaptive. All right, can you remember all of those? First person to pick a negative trait, and again, just look on screen, and I'm scrolling through them. The number, drum roll, here you go, get used to it, ready? The number is 74. So there you go. Right, I knew repugnant was again. Oh, it's not repugnant actually. It's unruly. Okay, so unruly species are difficult to manage and organize. They do not like being told what to do and are often quarrelsome or questioning. That's a -2. Okay, so now you guys can pick some positive perks. So anyone can just pick one. I'm not going to read them all out. Just, well, I guess I will. Agrarian, ingenious, industrious, intelligent, thrifty. Are we natural engineers, physicists, or sociologists? Are we extremely adaptive, rapid breeders, talented, quick learners? Are we traditional? Are we strong, very strong, nomadic, communal, charismatic? Are we conformist, venerable, enduring, resilient, or conservationists? Okay, so any of these, have a good sense of what one you want to pick. The number is 87. It's the hipster race. Is this the hipster race, is it? You want to be very strong. Okay, so very strong. What? Last I played, this was an army thing. It is still an army thing. Members of this species possess a strength that almost defies the laws of physics. Unfortunately, as far as armies are still balanced, one of my big mod initiatives was all about ground combat. WP's land combat. And it was all about making army and ground warfare really fun, because it's a part of the game that I really like and really want to love, and I actually think was better in early editions of the game as well. But now I think they'll just do a patch later and they'll just improve it on their own. So I don't want to make some massive overhaul or some massive mod when they'll just do it themselves. So this might actually be kind of useless for us. We also get a little bit of resource output though, so like we put people in mines and stuff, they'll be a little bit better as workers. Okay, and one more trait, since we do have another pick. We got 3 picks in 1 point, so try and pick a perk that only has 1, so we can move on. There's a lot more to do in character creator, so let's just get on. So, yeah, pick one more that is positive and only costs 1 point. So, like quick learners, or talented, or traditional, nomadic. Okay, the number is 10. A sentient race of literal ostriches. Yeah, that's what we'll be. Okay, 10 nomadic. Right, so this species has a nomadic past. That fits with birds well. And its members often think nothing of relocating to another world. So we gain bonus immigration, pop growth, and if we want to manually resettle people, it costs less. Pretty good. I don't know how population works and all that kind of stuff. I think they added some new UI. We'll have a look. So what kind of planet are we from? A desert, an ocean, an Arctic world, an alpine world, a continental world, an arid world, a savanna, a tropical, or a tundra world, okay? Dry, wet, or frozen. You get 3 categories of how much temperature there is. So these are the choices again. And this will determine our habitability. When we spread out across the stars and we try to find new homes, you know, the kind of homes that we go to for a very long time will be based on this. So which one is it? The number is 5. Again, oceans, continents, tropical, tundra, alpine. Okay, Savannah. The first person got it with Savannah 5, Avon Rise. Okay, so rocky world dominated by dry, arid plains covered in nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere. The small hydrosphere allows for brief wet seasons, but aside from a few ubiquitous grasses, vegetation is largely concentrated around shallow oases. So we're birds from an oasis world. Okay, now somebody name our planet. I could randomize it, and this would come from our name list. So that would be like Sirius Prime you just saw there. So someone name our planet. The number is 6. Somehow you have the feeling you're behind on the stream. Yeah, I don't know how to like resolve minor issues of latency. You can refresh. Gork. We're going to live on the planet of Gork. I like that. Nice and simple. And what's our star called? The number is 7. What's the star called? The number is 7. Yeah, this patch name's a funny one. This community, whenever there's patch notes, they do like a what they really mean joke post over on Reddit, and they've had fun with that. Okay, I'm going to do it through random comment generator who's said the start of potato, which is a bit jokey, but whatever. Oh no, I'll do the one below. Gakka. We'll do Gakka. No. We'll do star potato. We'll honor the system. I'm skipping Einolf because Einolf would have had 2 in a row. If I notice that someone's just got really low latency and is able to nab all of the answers, I'll just skip over them. Not all the time, you know. You'll have a shot, but yeah. And do we want to live in a trinary system, a binary system, or with a single star? Or you could have Denable Soul. The Void Dwellers? What on earth is Void Dwellers? Is that to do with our orange? This will always be the starting system when using the Void Dweller origin. Oh, that's when you play a race that doesn't actually have a planet, right? See, that's all new to me. See, that was like a Federations thing, and I never did. We're going to see that in a second. We could play on a shattered ring world as well. Do you guys want to live on a ring world? But then it wouldn't be a dead... No, let's... Oh, you could do Void Dwellers from Sol. So here you'd play as people... Oh, wow. If you're humans as Void Dwellers, that's so cool. So this is like a start where Earth was destroyed or some shit, and you just live in space now. That's very cool. Let's do just a random unary. A single star. Let's have a nice simple system. Okay, let's have avian cities. This is still such a weird part of the game. The Necroid City looks alright. Okay, so our origin. Now, how many origins do they have now? Oh god, they've got quite a few. Now, this is really cool. This did not appear in my setup. This is something really to pay attention to, okay? This, like, affects, for lack of a better word, like, all the opening scenario quests and storylines that you'll see. And, like, massively can dictate gameplay mechanics and stuff too. It's really cool. These were like some of the best civics under the old system, and they said, look, these are kind of different, so we're going to make them their own system, and they're very cool. Okay, so kind of the default vanilla one is prosperous unification. We're a stable planet, and we've prospered and grown, and now we're going to the stars. Nice and simple, basic. And we get a perk. We get more people and some extra districts. Mechanist. This civilization has been preoccupied with the idea of metallic automatons since the early steam age. Although many said it could not be done, the first true robots left the assembly lines long before even rudimentary spaceflight was achieved. So if we pick this, we have to be like materialists, we have to be into technology and stuff, and we can't be like a hive mind. But what it would mean is we get a ton of robots at the start, like a bunch of them, and we could go down the robotics path really quickly, experience robotic uprisings, and like one of the big crises at the end of the game is the robots rising to destroy us all. Very cool. Or breaking away and forming their own empires. Next, syncretic evolution. We would have a second species that forms an integral part of our civilization. They are big and strong, and most of them have the intelligence of particularly dim-witted child. Ancient wars have culled their species of their most aggressive tendencies, leaving them quite servile. So here, this is kind of like the robot thing, but you get 8 robots here, or you've like got 2 species, and they're entirely own proper full sentient species that live with you, and you get 12 pops of them with you. And again, has different requirements. Life seeded. This civilization is evolved in a paradise, possibly designed just for them. So that would change our world to a type of world that wasn't available before, which is like the ultimate like paradise world. They're called a Gaia world that has like brilliant habitability for everyone and lots of other benefits. It's also a huge world, 25. This is like living on a perfect world. It is the perfect start. But it means that we only like perfect worlds. And it's really hard to expand and find other planets and like actually grow because your people are really picky and specifically like this is basically you want to be a Kiwi, you want to be the New Zealand of space, you know, all these little flightless birds that would get destroyed anywhere else. Yeah, that's kind of what this start is. But you do get the perks of living in New Zealand. Post-apocalyptic. Baptized by nuclear fire, this civilization has faced total annihilation and survived. Their planet is devastated yet unbroken, and they've rebuilt their civilization from the ashes of the old world. So this is kind of the reverse. You start on a tomb world, you get a new trait, the survivor trait, which makes all other tomb worlds habitable. So if we go out exploring in space and we find other planets that have undergone apocalypses and primitives that have destroyed themselves, we can just go live there. One of the cool things to do is to play like a cockroach species that lives on Tomb World from Earth, right? So it's like humans blew themselves up and now you're the cockroaches that grew into their own civilization. Pretty cool. Remnants. The civilization once spanned the void, controlling much of the galaxy. They were eventually defeated and almost utterly destroyed, but after a long period of destitution, they are returning to the stars. So here we'd start as a relic world. This is interesting. I don't know what this would be. This is like relic worlds, as far as I know them, are like really special worlds you find with very, very old civilizations, like the Mass Effect Protheans or some shit. And, you know, they're gone, and you can, like, send scientists there to research and find things out. There's a quest chain where one of them hatches into a dragon. Well, it doesn't release as a dragon. You guys saw that on my playthrough on YouTube. Starting on one is really interesting. I don't know what that would do. And again, it's not just what's described here or just the perks. Quite often you'll get, like, situation log stuff. So, Shattered Ring, this is what we saw a second ago. We would inhabit a ring world built by unknown forerunners. If it can be understood and fully repaired, it will grant them great powers. Your ring world starts with arcane generators, and I don't know, it's crazy. Void Dwellers. This civilization has made its home in space for as long as it can maintain its records. Life in a typical planetary environment is anathema to them. They live on 3 orbital habitats that were only recently unified. So yeah, this is like your Quarians, basically. I don't know how the gameplay is here at all. This just seems really crazy to me. I guess what you do is you go to other planets, you be diplomatic with aliens you meet there, and you have them come into your fold and have them live on planets and stuff. Or you enslave and subjugate them, you know. I don't know. I don't know how that one works. Scion, a fallen empire has meddled in the development of this civilization for thousands of years, guiding them onto a path of their choosing. Oh wow, you would start as a vassal of a fallen empire? Holy shit, I kind of like that one. So wouldn't that mean if anyone tries to mess with me, the fallen empire would defend me? I wouldn't have any autonomy, but I mean... that seems crazy. You know, on my very first playthrough of Stellaris, I bumped into a fallen empire and they started being dicks to me, so I just like got shirty with them and I didn't really know enough about the game and they just destroyed me. So in my second playthrough, when they demanded tribute from me or something, I just said, all right, here you go, and I just became a vassal. I just immediately caved and just became their vassal for like years. And I had fun with that. Starting the game as one is kind of interesting. Galactic Doorstep. A lot of these are new. I haven't followed all the patches. This is crazy. They've added a lot more origins. These all still feel like the original ones around Federation's launch for now. This civilization has a dormant gateway in the home system. Potential technology benefit or a looming menace. Wow, starting with a doorway. I don't know if that's... I don't know. Is that just at the L cluster or is that anywhere? That's like a full-on Mass Effect story there. That's like you have a relay. Tree of Life. This hive evolved in a symbiotic relationship with a vast tree. So you have to be a hive mind for this one. The tree grants them many benefits, but its loss would cripple them. Our hive gains many bonuses from living on a planet with a Tree of Life present, or penalties if it's absent. Our colony ships are more expensive, but will provide new planets with their own sapling. So kind of a new colony ship mechanic? That's interesting. Don't terravores, if you play like super evil terravores, can't you just like destroy planets with colony ships or something? On the shoulders of giants, due to some unknown past, this civilization has hidden boons in their solar system, placed there by a mysterious benefactor. Start with archaeological sites. How is that different to the relic world? I guess the story that comes out of it is different. My god, there's so many. Calamitous birth. Not a native to their homeworld, these lithoids, okay, here we would have to be lithoids, arrived there with a meteorite, slammed into the planet and killed off most of the native life. So, effects, start with a massive crater deposited on your homeworld, giving additional total districts and mining districts. You can now build meteorite colony ships, which travel at great speed and damage their target planets. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of there. I like lithoids, because they're like one of the race packs, and then you add that with the new features of the new expansions. They're doing a really cool thing with this game where they're going back and updating all old DLC and stuff and like integrating them together, which is just so brilliant. It's the kind of stuff Stellaris has needed for a long time. This machine intelligence has long since consolidated all resources in the home system into the capital world, covering it entirely with machinery. So here we would start with machine world. Oh, we would have to be robots though. This is starting as robots on a machine world. And we picked birds, so we can't do that. We can't do calamity. If we're going to honor the Twitch stuff, we can't do these ones that request different races. I'm guessing there's a necrophage. There's an undead one as well now. Common ground. This civilization established early contact with their immediate neighbors. Finding strength in their differences, they soon decided to face the future and whatever it might bring together. Start as the leader of a galactic union federation with 2 additional members. See, so a federation stuff I'm pretty hazy about. You'd have to be very careful about your ethics on that one. You can't be a bastard, basically. Here's the same thing, but you are a bastard. We established some early contact with our neighbors. Gradually, we masterminded the birth of a union. Because I think we were fighting each other a lot in this one. Doomsday. This one's crazy, guys. Listen to this. This civilization's homeworld is highly unstable, and it is only a matter of time before it explodes. Their only hope is to seek refuge elsewhere before it's too late. Warning, challenging origin. Your homeworld will explode within 35 to 45 years after the game begins. You can get valuable resources from the doomed planet's mantle when you're on the surface, and I think you can mine it once it's blown up. But you have to get everyone off. You have to find a new planet, colonize it, shift everyone over there before your home gets destroyed. How cool is that? So that's like, this one up here, the apocalypse one, is post-apocalyptic, is like well after this maybe happened. But this is like the planet gets cracked. This here is like there's an apocalypse that destroyed the atmosphere, and it's like a barren wasteland. It's a tomb world. It's cold, it's frigid, it's whatever, it's done for. This is the planet itself is destroyed. The planet itself explodes, or gets glassed, or encased in a dome, or whatever. It's fucked. This is like the apocalypse planet destruction. Lost colony. 2 more. This civilization originated as a lost and forgotten colony, separated from its homeworld long ago. The struggling colonists endured many hardships before they were able to build up the necessary technological and industrial base that would allow for a return to space. So this is the Deneb story, right? Okay, yeah. So in Stellaris lore, basically, humans like sent out a faster than light colony ship like 50 years ago or something. I can't remember the actual time. And they just got lost, and they were all presumed to be dead, and that was it. They were gone. Turns out they actually survived, and they colonized another planet really far away. And when you encounter, and they're so our solar system is Sol, theirs is Deneb, and they're like bastards. They're like evil, like xenophobic humans. Meanwhile, the humans of Earth are like all, you know, xenophilic and, you know, nice and so on. And so anyway, I guess you could do that with lots of different races with this. Where basically we would start, and then later on we would find the rest of our civilization later on in the game, which is pretty cool. And then necrophage I can't do because we never picked the undead, but I am interested. This civilization evolved as a parasite, feeding off of other sapient life forms for growth. As it extends its reach across the galaxy, other species will come to be seen as either apprentices brought into the fold, or merely as food to sustain its growing might. So you got to understand, the undead thing is like kind of a fantasy thing more than a sci-fi thing in a lot of ways. It's kind of weird. But yeah, you know, I almost feel like there should be 2 undead ones, and 2 lithoid ones, and 2 plant ones. I kind of want 2 different on-theme origins to pick from. That would be badass. There should always be a choice. Should always be a choice. Right, so which one do we do? Which one? Prosperous Unification, Mechanist, Syncretic Evolution, Remnants. Get your message typed out. Refresh the stream. Post-apocalyptic, life-seeded, shattered ring, void dweller, scion, on the shoulders of giants, galactic doorstep, calamitous birth. If people pick one that's wrong because we're the wrong race, I'll just go to the next answer. Common ground, lost colony, doomsday, hegemon, or necrophage. You won't see much of the game on doomsday because I'll probably fail it, just as a word of warning. Because again, I'm not very good at the game. There've been a lot of overhauls. So the number is 88. Can you do votes on Twitch? Now, that might be something for me to learn about. Alright, Nature, Cat of the Lair says 88 post-apocalyptic. Okay. So our leaders live longer. So we're not going to start on a desert world. To whoever voted for that, sorry, but it's gone now. It's a tomb desert world. Right, so the only thing we can't pick is Agrarian Idol. Alright, so, ethically, I'm going to be fanatic something, okay? So get ready, guys. Are we going to be fanatically spiritualist? Super religious, guys? Are we going to be super militaristic, guys? Are we going to be super xenophobic, guys? Very scared, very unsure, very arm's length of aliens? Are we going to be fanatically egalitarian in our society? You know, do we believe in meritocracy? Everyone has a chance and so on. Do we believe in science and research and building robots and materialism? Are we pacifist? You know, we're now on the opposite, right? So we could be militarist or pacifist. We could be as nice and sweet and try to avoid war at all costs. In fact, on this, you can't even start wars with people. That could be bad, by the way. All of these can be good and bad. Xenophilic, so we're not fearful of aliens. We love them. We seek them out. We bring them into the fold. Or authoritarian. Instead of egalitarian, we're authoritarian. We believe in kings and stratified societies, lords. You know, you've got the people who see over the foolish plebeians and the unwashed masses. What do we want to be? Against religious, materialist, xenophobe, egalitarian, materialist, science, research. Pacifist, xenophile, or authoritarian. And what I've given you there is Stellaris' interpretation of those, to the best of my knowledge. The number is 6. We play the 40k route and murder the fuck out of everything heretical. I think there's a 40k mod for this. There's a Star Trek one, which is really good, but I think there might be a 40k thing. Okay, I said 6. Okay, you guys want to be xenophobes. Fanatically xenophobic. And we're on a tomb world. Our story's kind of that we got blown up by aliens, don't you guys think? And then pick another one, a new number, just to balance us out a little bit. We can be a little bit in another direction. Oh, I never told you guys. We could also be a Gestalt consciousness, so I'll add that into the next thing. So pick another one to sort of balance us out, you know? We can't, since we're xenophobic, we can't be either of these two. These are opposed. But any of the other ones, so we could be a little bit militaristic, or we could be xenophobic religious guys, or xenophobic egalitarians, or xenophobic materialists, or xenophobic pacifists. You get what I mean, okay? So, or we can forego all of that and just be a hive mind, where we're just one unified consciousness that does whatever the fuck we want. Okay, so that's all available in the next poll. The number is 1. Yeah, there's loads of Mass Effect mods, but they're not like... The Mass Effect mods are like adding Mass Effect races and stuff, I think. They don't really do too much more. Okay, peaceful. You want to be pacifist. Okay. So we've actually unlocked something here. Because we're fanatic xenophobes and we're pacifists, we unlock a perk. Or does it not exist anymore? Am I wrong? Yeah, this one here. Inward perfection. So this is uniquely available to us because we've gone with these ethics. So we could, this calm and pacifist society has little use for strangers who do not understand their way of life. More than anything, they would prefer to be left alone. So this used to be overpowered. Oh yeah, we're literally the Tengu. I guess we kind of are in a way. Wait, hold on, what? The Tengu aren't necessarily pacifists. And not all Tengu are xenophobic either. You know, just the ones within the Dominion Winds. Anyway, that was one of my early playthroughs as well. I have played them in this game before. That was way back at like vanilla. So this used to be OP. I don't know what it's like anymore. But basically, it gives you a lot of good stuff. It hurts your diplomacy though. So there's a new mechanic I don't know about, but you get envoys that you can send to other empires to like build relations and stuff. And we are going to lose on envoys by being this. Like, we're really, really isolated from everyone else. I don't know what code breaking means. That's some new Nemesis thing. That's espionage or something. I don't know. We might find that there are spies now about borders and we don't know what to do about them. I don't know how those mechanics work. That's one of the things I'm so excited to do these streams with you guys. So, I'm going to pick that. Unless someone says... Yeah, and I suppose we could try and reformat it later. Alright, we'll try that. Pick an authority, guys. Do you want to be democratic? Oligarchic? Dictatorial, where we just have, you know, the one big ruler, or imperial, where that ruler as well is like only in one family. Okay, so here we would have we would be an imperial nation, technically an Irenic monarchy. The government is a pacifist form of hereditary autocracy, where the ruler is regarded as a benevolent guardian that is striving to protect the citizens from a violent galaxy. I like that. Or an Irenic dictatorship. This government's a pacifist form of autocracy where the state is charged with protecting the citizenry with their own violent tendencies, as well as any external threats. We could be an oligarchic. We could be an Irenic bureaucracy. This is a pacifistic form of oligarchy where a complicated system of bureaucracy governs all aspects of society to ensure the safety of the citizenry. Or a moral democracy. This government is a pacifistic form of democracy, firmly guided by moralist principles and non-violence. I don't like this. I don't want to be democratic. I want to be imperial, I think. I like this idea of this leader that is a guardian striving to protect the citizens from a violent galaxy. What does that give us?
Join
Extra
the
edicts?
Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Yeah, so let's do this. We're going to have a throne. We could pick another civic.
If you got an eye for farm potatoes.
There's actually not many available here. God, I really want to put a UI mod on.
Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
So this would give us our code breaking back. Cutthroat politics.
Club if you got an eye for farm
Thank you for all those gifted subs. I feel really weird about Twitch these days. It's like one person will gift a ton of subs. You don't get that thing where it's just like lots of separate people.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Memorialists. What's this? This looks new to me. This empire pays tribute to memories and sapience of the past, deriving greater stability and insight from the continuous cycles of death, rebirth, and legacy. So we can build sanctuaries of repose, galactic memorials, which increase stability. We would get new people, no, a new job, Death Chroniclers. Death Chroniclers turn consumer goods into unity in society. That must be part of the Necro. I did play a bit of it, but I don't remember seeing that. It's not enough to simply rule. The ship of state must be guided by a king that wields enough wisdom and knowledge to steer it true. Your rulers and governors are less likely to gain negative traits, and they level up higher. Let's do Philosopher King. Let's do all about the leader. Right, let's do this. Is there a way to watch streams back? Yeah, I have a YouTube channel that hosts all the VODs. It's called Wooden Potatoes 2. You can click it from my main channel. Oh my god, and yeah, we're from a tomb world. I forgot about that. So what do we want our advisor to sound like? Xenophobe?
Under no circumstances must the Xeno be trusted. It will lie, it will cheat, and it will do anything in its power to undermine the efforts of those who in
Join
truth
the
are
Spud
its
Club if you've got an eye for farm
It's
potatoes.
Paul Bettany. It's Vision. Let's see the Diplomat. This is new.
Knowledge, discovery, compassion, integrity, and hot tea.
You want to do original?
Priority alert. This pre-recorded message is triggered in the event that your VIA unit has suffered a critical degradation of its ethical constraints matrix.
The Worker.
The springs of cooperation flow most abundant.
Oh, but this is like
Those
the Dredge.
who need will receive.
This
Those
is-
who make will make wonders.
This is if you're playing Space Communists. This is like, you know, agrarian idol. Let's send food out to the galaxy. Thanks so much for streaming. I got 50 hours because of your LP. Enjoying it a lot. Dude, 50 hours? That's I'm very jealous of you. When I play this game, I lose like hundreds of hours. Oh, you meant the default for my government. Okay, well, so then we're xenophobic, but we're also a little bit... What's our other thing? Are we spiritualists? Were we religious? Oh, no, we were pacifists, right?
We build bridges. We don't raise them.
She's lame. I don't know. Slick Corp?
Our multidisciplinary customer satisfaction specialists are always just a click away. Don't hesitate. Discover limitless possibilities with Megacorp today.
The thing is, we're not...
Megacorp. The future is our present.
The thing is, we're not a megacorp. I never gave you guys even the option, by the way. But we could have been, I didn't give you guys any of the interesting options here, really. I didn't give you corporate empires, which is its whole own thing. I didn't give you any of the robot empires, and I didn't give you any of the hive mind choices. I love the hive mind choices. I like playing bad guys, to be honest. I like playing hive minds. I like playing like the Flood, you know. Be the grave mines spread across the galaxy. And by the way, this new Nemesis expansion allows you to become the Crisis. There's like a whole new like progression tree for doing evil shit. So like, I kind of want to play empires like that, to be honest with you. We're doing a very, very vanilla thing right now. Who was it that I liked?
Under no circumstances
Let's do
must the
Xenophobe,
Xeno be
whatever.
trusted. It will lie, it will cheat, and it will do anything in its power to undermine the efforts of those who in truth are its superiors.
Sorry, off topic. It's the Final Fantasy X 20th anniversary. Did you see the recent Famitsu interview? The director, he said X3 is still on the table. They have a general story plot, but can't work on it until after the 7 remake is done. I didn't see that. I'm actually not that excited, though, because, I mean, if you watch the end of my X2 playthrough, they start doing weird shit about, like Tidus and Yuna have relationship drama and stuff, and it's like, what the fuck is it? What is this story? Isn't there a thing like where like she cheats on him or something? It just looks like it goes off the wall. It looks like bad fan fiction in the form of a novel. X2 was fine enough, all right, not necessary, but fine enough. The stuff after it, the novel, and it's just really weird. And the stuff that they proposed, that like audio drama at the end, I'm not too on board with it. And they were just gonna bring Sin back as well. Like what? I don't know. All right, what are we called, guys? The number is 8. What is our empire called? Our pacifists, Our xenophobes. Birds living on a tomb, New Zealand. Desert. What are we called? Did I already give you the number? Did I give a number? I'll look at chat and see if any numbers start appearing. No, there's no numbers. The number is 6. Go 6. You like playing a friendly hive of floofy foxes? That's quite cute. Yeah, I like doing a friendly hive of like the starfish people. I should have curated this more, to be honest. If people knew the choices they had for some of these empires, like being a starfish, or being like some of those completely obscene looking creatures. 6. Okay, you want to call us Scythius. Alright. Wait. How would we do this? Okay, we're going to be the Scythius dynasty. And we'll be Cyan. God. The flag actually does kind of matter. Let's just do greys. That actually looks very representative of our destroyed tomb world. I like it. Maybe we change the background a little bit though. There you go. Nice. Right. Oh wow, this is different, isn't it? I don't remember them giving you a full preview on Character Creator. So, why is it defaulting everything mammal, by the way? Imperial ships. Oh wow, I didn't realize they added a new ship set. With Nemesis. Oh wow, the science ships look really cool. I like these. I like the Imperial science ships. Holy shit, the Citadels. I don't get a good sense of scale. So you only get a Colossus if you have both Apocalypse and Nemesis together. And this one's Federations and Nemesis, the Juggernaut. Should we just do Avian? The new ship designs are new to the patch. What? They're specifically Dick 03. Let's do Avian. Okay, who is our leader? First, give him a gender. Oh. Give him a gender, guys. So what are they? Boy, male or female? The number is 1. Did I ever try Endless Space? I didn't. No, I didn't try Endless Space. Okay, female. I was thinking female too. All right, now give her a name. What's our leader's name? Now remember, we've actually kind of gone quite far on the leader. She's gonna have lifespan. She's gonna have higher level, higher level cap, and she's, you know, the way that we're structured is that she will rule until she dies. She is our queen. She is our true ruler. So she's gonna be like a long-term character for us. So what's her name? The number is 5. Can we name the leader of the tomb world Lara Croft? Okay, Curie, someone said. Curie was what came up first. So there you go. So she's the High Queen. If anyone's got a really cool idea that's not High Queen or something else, and then her heir will be the Crown Princess. If anyone's got a better idea than that, let me know. Any fantasy writers in chat? Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. Christian Avasorala? Your foxes pour most of their energy into ridiculous tech, eventually using their superior galactic power to protect and invite others to be assimilated. Invite them. The Grand Poobah, Low Queen, you boob. I've obviously made an error there somewhere. Peak Beak. Oh, the Peak Beak! I want to do it, but it's not as cool, so we're not going to do it. Alright, and what colour should she be? Let's make her red and blue. We don't have any of the modded rooms either. Now, we're from a tomb world, so I don't want it to look too extravagant. There you go. That's pretty good. Okay. We're ready to play. The Scythius Dynasty. We have no, like, lore written about us. But anyway, with all the patches and changes that have been going on, I need to kind of learn the game a little bit more again, in case I want to update the Guild Wars 2 mod, and then more, you know, do more appropriate assignments. Anyone that's a big fan of this game and knows my Guild Wars 2 mod, please go to the Spud Discord and chat to me about it in the WP content help thing. I would love to hear other people's people more in the know about the game. All right, there we go. So we have the Scythius Dynasty, and we'll be playing among everyone else. All these other guys and randomly generated ones. So did they, wait, why am I not eligible? Because Iron Man's disabled? Hell no. Oh, wait. Don't we put Iron Man on there? There we go, we are eligible. Again, this is totally vanilla. I could do totally vanilla and totally default, which I kind of want to do just because I want to get a really good sense of where the balance is and stuff. And going the absolute middle of the road baseline might be a good way to do that before I inevitably start trying to mess with things. Like, by default, they have 2 guaranteed habitable worlds. It's interesting. Yeah, Stellaris music's incredible. WP, did you end up fixing any of your audio issues? I don't really know. You're not the guy that messaged me on Patreon, are you? I've got some more concepts which I'm going to be playing with over today and tomorrow. Last time I was playing this, AI was really bad and it was completely balked. We'll see how things are doing now. In the eons since the first primitive sire communities took shape on the great savannas of Gork, our civilization has spread and prospered. But science society was not always united toward a common goal. In centuries past, mounting tensions between competing nations came to an apocalyptic head. Can I move this window? In a global thermonuclear war that claimed the lives of billions and forever marred the surface of Gork. In the decades to follow, surviving Psi faced with radiological contamination, mutations, famine, and violent tribalism. It was in this grim crucible that the Scythius dynasty was truly forged, and with it, a new world order. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest... This is so weird. This last block is structured as it is because it used to be variable, whether it said hyperlanes or wormholes or hyperdrive. The finest minds of the dynasty have finished development on our first hyperdrives. Sorry, what was the third type? Wormhole? Did I say that? The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.
Peace be with you, Your Majesty. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence. My task will be to assist and advise you as we venture beyond the safety of our homeworld for the first time in history.
I don't know whether his tips are updated for the new game versions. Let's just try it on our own. Let's shut it down.
You'll be sorry.
Alright, okay, good stuff. My god, our star is bright. Right, so where are we on the galaxy? Okay, we're at the top. It looks like the Fog of War is pretty good here. I really like playing with heavy Fog of War. A lot of the time I would tweak that down. Alright. So you're going to see my inexpertise now. So let's get some research going. Let's immediately start working on physics research. It's cheap and it will start snowballing us. I'm not going to read all the flavor text about every bit of research that we're doing. I did that on the YouTube series. It's going to take really, really long time if I try and do that again. We could get hydroponics farms, which would be good since we're on a 2 mod, maybe. Actually, let's just get our monthly Unity going. And some extra edicts. And then let's start working on, I guess, some more engineering research capability. Now, well, the top bar really went weird there. What else do we do right before we start playing? Are there any edicts to pick? Fortify the border, peace festivals. I don't think that really matters. What was this button? Okay, we have a capacity of 3. Okay, so let's see what our ships look like. We have the Wretched Armada. Oh yeah, we have the Necroids names. Oh, that actually really works for a Tomb World, guys. That really works. I've got to get used to pathing my stuff around. I was doing a lot with mods for like ship combat and like system combat. This game has so much potential, it's unreal. Right, let's just build all of our mining stations. Okay, we don't have enough. If you guys have advice for me, let me have it, because you know, it's not that we need to min-max too badly. So this place has got 5 minerals on it. So let's send a construction ship here. Oh, no, we're already extracting that resource. So let's extract the resources that are here instead. Wait, we're already extracting that as well? No, here we need to build a mining station. I don't like this. I don't like how the opening system already has shit. Why is this showing me stuff that I'm already claiming? Was it always that way? And then let's queue up a little bit of engineering research. Wait. Oh, no, there you go. That's what we'd be queuing up. But we're lacking the money for that anyway. Meanwhile, let's send a science ship out into space. Let's survey this system here, because it looks like there's 3 goddamn planets there, and it's going to be very, very fancy looking. Right. And away we go. I think I've got everything pretty much set up. Oh, wait. It looks like there's something we can do on our home world. Open building slot. Well, we can't afford any buildings, obviously. Don't we need more population for this anyway? What kind of features are on our home world? Settled ruins. A scattered population of scavengers are eking out a desperate existence in the ruins of this once major city. This game really needs better UI, because it could be a lot more immersive and like fun. Like if all this art was bigger and the flavor text was more prominent. And it would be easy to understand and get into, I think, for like oblivious newcomers. We'd have to spend a ton of energy on this. We have vents, hot springs, caverns, fungal caves, really. These extensive cave networks are covered in many species of edible fungi, which require neither sunlight nor fertile soil to flourish. That is cool. In lieu of trees, towering mushrooms dominate these fecund forests, the enormous caps of fungal giants blotting out sunlight to create the perfect environment for a rich variety of smaller specimens. Wow! That's cool. So our population, our people are growing. We're not building any robots. Nobody's dying or leaving. Okay. So what I'll do as well, it's not going to be necessary, I don't think, in vanilla. I don't know how First Contact works, so I'm really excited about this, because I don't know if there is actual threat in the early game now. One of the things my First Contact mod was doing was making it actually an exciting and interesting moment in the early game, because enemies could see you, and there could be like small fights, there could be planetary invasions with unknown aliens, there could be a lot of really fun and thrilling stuff super early. That was like the whole point of my mod. Now they've gone and they've done their own First Contact thing, and what I kind of want to do is I want to play what they've done, understand what they've done, and then make my mod anyway, but instead it's based on the new setup. That's kind of what I want to do. There's a good UI mod, it just gives you more information on the screen, it doesn't make it more clear. Yeah, there's a lot of UI mods that are good for usability. There aren't any good for flavor and roleplay and, what's the word? You know, there's not anything that really emphasizes the art and, you know, all the kind of beautiful, like, more casual kind of fun side of the game, which is what I want. But as far as I've seen, there's never been a UI mod for that. And UI modding is like a whole different kind of modding. It's not just putting up Visual Studio Code and going for it. You actually need to have like artistic talent, and you need to be able to resize boxes and shit. And I couldn't really figure that out. I could never really do it. So yeah, if I'm missing anything, let me know, guys. But our crown prince is the new heir to our empire, and he will take the throne when our current ruler dies. So let's see what we've got here. Leaders.
Construction complete.
Okay, so the Vengeance in Existence has completed the construction. We're a bit edgy. Our name list is probably the edgiest name list we could have gone with. Okay, so here's Curie. She's 39 years old. She is, oh no, that's her heir. Her heir is Industrialist. See, there's so much cool shit about Stellaris, because it's like, imagine a game where you're actually really careful about what your heir's traits are, because you're gonna have to make some decisions once that comes in, because their traits are so important. She is expansionist and charismatic. Charismatic actually means she can enforce her will among us with ease, which is good, because we're not going to do well with other aliens, I'll tell you that much. And we're entirely these guys. We like savannas. So any savannah world we can move to. We're a little bit unruly though. Right. So let's head back over to... Oh, sorry. You're supposed to be surveying the whole place, bro. Not just the start. Survey the whole system. There you go. Right, but our construction ship can build these mining stations as well. Right, okay. So there was stuff that we could do there. Why is right click? Why is when I release, it's assigning orders? I don't want to do that. I don't remember that functionality being in the game. Obviously it's because I have the ship selected, but maybe I just need to get used to turn it off. What are mining stations look like? They're pretty cool. Right. Let's get our surveying going. Now I could build another science ship at our shipyard. Usually I like to get a second one. We do have some excess alloys. Can maybe get another construction ship as well. Yeah, it is a relaxing soundtrack. The only thing with leaders and long lives is if they get an heir really fast, so that heir ages along with the leader and inherits the empire very close to death, so every other ruler's reign will be short-lived. Yeah, is there any way I can like kill or get rid of my heir so I can get a younger one? That's kind of a good point. It basically means that, yeah, see, like, that's the kind of thing. Like, there should be just a little quality of life mod you just toggle on the workshop that just tweaks that. You know.
Construction complete.
Because you do kind of lose out on the whole thing. Right, so, and then we're going to fly over here. Okay, our second science ship. Let's hire a new scientist. This guy's got the spark of genius. He would research very well. This guy's meticulous and would find anomalies out in the void better. This guy is adaptable. This guy's meticulous. Oh, we already have a meticulous guy. Oh, and he's already a surveyor. What's this guy? He'll live a long time. He has New World expertise. Okay, let's just pick up... The Spark of Genius is really good. Oh, whatever. Let's do Meticulous, because he's only a science ship guy. We don't have another industry. I kind of like the idea of a patch that adds another research tree. Research in the card system with research in this game is a little bit weird, honestly. Let's get a lot of surveying going here. We can speed up the game time in a minute. I just want to take it easy in these early moments in case there's something basic that I'm missing. Oh, we found something on the planet. The baited switch has made a startling find on TRAPPIST-6. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we've encountered life forms that did not originate on Gork. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on the TRAPPIST-6 are sapient, it's likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. Can you imagine what an incredible moment that would be? Do you guys ever feel sad about that? That you're probably in your lifetime. I mean, I might be wrong about this, but you've born into an age of Earth where that is like I read a post on Reddit that said, like, the discovery of aliens of any form, even quite primitive ones, life outside of Earth. That's like such a dramatic... Like, that's not just the UK would care about it. It's not just the US. It's not just the Western Hemisphere. It's not just the first world. It's the whole planet would have this riveting, shaking, forever changing moment. I think it would be incredible. And I read a post on Reddit where someone was like, that's the kind of shit that you'd really set the calendars for. You know, that would be year zero. You know, it would be, there was life before we knew about aliens, or we're interacting with aliens, and then there's life after, you know. Like, it's a big thing. And, you know, the idea that it would ever happen in our lifetime is just so fleeting and sad to me. The Scythius dynasty is abuzz with news of the alien organisms discovered some time ago. While far from intelligent, there is life out there, an inescapable reality, and a deeply unsettling prospect. Because we're xenophobes. We don't like it, baby. Disconcerting. Discovery of extraterrestrial life would mean the filter is likely ahead of us. Are you alluding to that great filter theory thing? Our recent encounter with alien life forms has reignited and made suddenly more urgent the old debate on how we should approach contacting and any potentially intelligent civilizations we may meet. While some advocate taking hostile, preemptive action against them, others advise caution, pointing out that it would be wise to learn more about the aliens' capabilities before we risk antagonizing them. So the only one I can actually say is to be cautious here. I can't... Oh, so this is the first contact protocol policy. So my first contact mod was all about this policy, which was basically a broken irrelevance in the game. And I had loads of code that bumped it up and made it more interesting. And again, the expansion has actually made this a thing now. I don't know what exactly. That's what we're about to find out on stream, and I'm very thrilled. So we can only, because of our ethics, we can't be proactive, and we definitely can't be aggressive. We must ward off all those who would threaten us. But we can be cautious. So being cautious means we cannot attack neutral entities. Other nations will find it hard to establish communications with us, and negative first contact events are less likely to happen to us. Right. But, I mean, if we find a devouring swarm or something, they're still going to sick us, aren't they? Alright, what's this? Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Trappist 4, practically begging for some archaeological work. Now, this is a really challenging project. It would take ages. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to do that. We could get a ship and dedicate it to it, but I'll come back to that later. But we'll keep that in mind as time goes forwards. Is there anything I can be doing planet side? Does anyone know if Gork needs any management right now? Because I honestly find the planetary rework really hard to understand and get stuck in my head. I obviously did that whole series like a year ago, but it goes in one ear and one the other. Should I be building a district already, for example? I usually just wait for an icon to appear and then do that. What kind of decisions can I make already? Declare Martian law, declare population controls, distribute luxury good. I mean, none of this is relevant right now. Right, we do have our first tradition. Okay, Twitch, you get to choose as well now here. I'm going to assume there's some of these are definitely better than others for the early game, all right? But we're just going to have fun with this. You guys get to pick what tradition line do we go down. Think of this like a Guild Wars 2 specialization tree, right? For our build. You know, you get multiple of them. Eventually, you'll go through lots of them. I don't have any mods expanding this or whatever. It's just the vanilla stuff. But do you want to be expansionist? Domination? I'll read the little description. So, expansionist, we must expand our civilization to new systems and planets or risk eventual extinction. Domination. If we do not impose our will on others, they will eventually impose theirs on us. Prosperity. There is no better indicator of the success or failure of a star nation than the strength of its economy. Harmony. Few things can match the strength of a content populace working towards a common goal. Oops. Supremacy. The future of this galaxy belongs to those who are strong enough to seize it. Adaptability. To adapt to survive and surpass. Discovery. Our curiosity about the universe is what got us this far. And there's still much more left to discover. So depending on what kind of empire you are, like if we were a hive mind, these would look different. If we were robots, this would look different, the sun. So yeah, you guys get to choose. Ready? I'm going to give you a number. First person that chooses with a number picks it. The number is 33. Once Muskie gets to Mars, he'll find the Prothean relics, and I'll be on my way to Garrus. Sadly, pods don't have enough space for all of those. Yeah, Kerry's a mod. Kerry, you can mess about and do polls and stuff if you want. I don't mind. Just exclude 2 options and make a poll. Well, that's going to take ages though, isn't it? Okay, the first person to pick there was Nature Cat of the Lair. So 33, Domination. Right. I want to be clear that as completely xenophobic pacifists, picking domination is probably a bad idea. But maybe it means we can dominate our own people. So by adopting this, our clear blockers are cheaper. So on the planet, you see these, like these should be more prominent, I think, in the UI. You see these, the radiation zone here on the settled ruins. A region that was the target of numerous nuclear warheads. Though the radiation in this area has gone down since the initial impact, it's still unfit for habitation, barring a major cleanup effort. We can spend money on that. We can spend energy on that. And it's cheaper now. It would give us more mining districts. I don't think we need to do that right now, though, because we still have plenty of space to mine on. We've got 4 more slots. Like these ore-veined cliffs and these caverns. And these submerged ore veins. Our planet is very ugly to look at. Let's move our construction ship into this new system now. Yeah, I want to mess with the camera on this game as well. Man, the hours I've spent thinking about this game and wanting to tweak stuff to do the perfect playthrough series on YouTube is just crazy. It is crazy the hours I've spent on this. Because I genuinely think it would be the best fucking video series in the world. With the right mod setup, with the right balance, with the right empires. Oh. With the right commentary. And by that I mean you got to find a good pace to explain new things and read flavor text and be conversational. And it's such a challenge, but you could do it. Oh, what is this here? This planet can support the construction of new buildings.
System survey complete.
Should I build a building? They're so expensive, though. I'd rather expand through space for now. Right, so we have surveyed there. And there are these weird, impressive structures littering the small area. We'll come back to those structures later. For now, let's... so we could explore more of our cluster. That's probably the smartest thing to do. Since this guy's queued up to do those, this guy can be queued up to do these. And there'll probably be aliens in one of these other clusters. It depends how dense the vanilla settings are. So let's see. We are actually 60% capable of living here. Where are we from? A savannah? Was it a savannah that got destroyed? Yeah, okay, we like savannas. And what that means is we can actually sort of make it on a desert. We might be able to come live here. 60%, it's not in the green. So it would cost us 40% more amenities, 40% more upkeep. We'd get 20% less productive jobs, and we would grow 20% slower. So it's not great. Precipitation and major bodies of surface water are relatively rare. Oh, another thing I'd love to do is a multiplayer thing, because obviously you can play this multiplayer where loads of people, all the empires out in the world are controlled by other people. You could do like a co-op series where it's 2 people against the whole galaxy. Or just in the galaxy, I should say. And you make your own alliance and stuff. So I don't know. That seems a bit... 60% seems a bit low for me. A bit rough. Right, there's trade value here. Now, how is there trade value? Build a trade hub to collect it. I never really got what Wiz and Co were doing with the trade value system, honestly. It never worked out how I wanted. It's not like you actually get trade routes and stuff. Oh, this construction ship has arrived. So, let's build a starbase. So, if you guys don't know, what we have to do is our science ships scout out other solar systems. And then we build star bases on those solar systems. You're going to watch these little drones start building one now. And then once the star base is there, we basically said this is ours, right? And we own all of these locations. If anyone wants to take it from us, they'd have to destroy our star base. But it'll have guns on it and stuff, so we can defend it. It's kind of like the heart of our civilization as it stands. In this era of the galaxy. And then what I'll do is I'll queue him to move there afterwards. Yeah, I know that trade routes do exist. I'm not saying that I don't know about that. What I'm saying is the mechanic never really seemed to work out too well. I don't know. They might have updated pirates and stuff as well. That was another thing I was looking at. I was going to do a little pirate mod. I was going to do a little mod that just improved all the space, the space cows and the jellyfishes and all the little creatures, you know, all the fun little things that are swimming around out in space that you can find and fight. I wanted to do a mod that was about that, and in fact on the playthrough on YouTube I had already done a lot of that stuff, but by the way that our campaign went, you never got to see them. I did a behind the scenes of Stellaris Let's Play video, and in that you'll see all the stuff I did, and I'll show you all the unique systems I made and unique mob patrols and stuff. It was very cool. I was very proud of myself with a lot of the work I did, but it never even showed up in the fucking series in the end. I don't know if Paradox has made any changes in that area. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Okay. So this is a routine anomaly. It wouldn't take very long at all. Let's do it. So these guys are going to turn around now. And they're going to figure that one out. And we'll get some kind of reward once it's done. There's the research progress going up. Starbase almost built. Oh, wait. I need to get him to actually build all the mining stations. So there you go. We get a little starbase. It's got some guns on it. 145 fleet strength. If you look at our wretched armada that are patrolling with the science ship, and again, I don't know if it's really necessary, these guys are only 108. So if they, for example, were trying to break that starbase, they'd get shot down. Right, yeah, let's actually have him build the mining station first. So he's gonna start harvesting some of this energy and this heat coming off of this planet, and then we'll move him on. Trade equals just a resource. You can choose what it is. Is it energy or energy and consumer unity? Yeah, I get that. It's just how do I express what I'm trying to say? I just find the mechanic unsatisfying. I find it convoluted. I find it too obscure. I didn't feel it opened up any really cool new pathways and concepts for the game. That's what I'm trying to say. When they first started doing blog posts talking about trade and like the trade lines and so on, and building hubs and networks, what they were talking about implementing was really cool. And once it actually came in, it was just, I don't know, completely off what it could have been. This is really challenging. Sensors are reporting a number of possible points of interest within the dense fields surrounding New Prom 2, where we can live, by the way. It's challenging to do that, but we can live here. A dry climate. There are brief wet seasons, aside from a few grasses. It's largely concentrated. Complete. That's good. So we've researched this thing. For some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into stable orbit around Zorf 1. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but those operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they began. Okay, so now that we know that there's alien technology there from a long time ago, there has been 3 engineering research appear, which we can deal with later. What my immediate focus on, though, is this is where I want my construction ship to go now. He's built the mining station, which will give us energy, and now he can fly off, and he can oh shit, I'm not actually playing, that's why that's doing that. And he can claim this star, which we definitely want. Very happy with that. Yeah, there's like a whole scale of combat in Stellaris, especially early game combat, which was really captivating to me. And that's like the idea that you can send a fleet to like a solar system, let's say our home system, just for argument's sake. And, you know, you can have lots of different sorties and skirmishes, you know, fighting over the disabling of individual stations. Like, there's a phase of the game where I think that could be really interesting, and combat on that scale could be really interesting. Obviously, later, the fleet sizes just get massive, and that amount of micromanagement would just be a nightmare. But kind of a smaller scale thing where each planetary body is actually, like, represents a potential area for conflict, and there's a bit of back and forth. I really do think the first, like, 200 years of the game could support a style of space combat that we don't see. And the game could support a much richer ground combat side. Both of those two things could be amazing for this game. The administration on Gork received the report on the alien remnants with some apprehension. The leavings in question are now widely considered to be definitive proof of unknown forces once having been active in the galaxy, though some prominent Scion thinkers reject this in favor of identifying the traces as a freak geological formations or results of curious natural phenomena. Yeah, they'll deny it because they're scared. So the mechanic that's happening in this game is there's a bunch of like precursor civilizations, like they're not fallen empires, they're like ludicrously old, and they're completely gone now. And like each section of the galaxy has them. So someone once lived here, someone once lived here, someone once lived here, and what we're slowly going to stumble on is like a quest chain where we discover who these people were, and we'll get like powerful artifacts and relics and all kinds of cool shit. I don't know who we're living near right now, and getting all the points of interest and learning about that race when other new empires own their own borders and keep us out and stuff is going to be really interesting. It used to be that you could always guarantee one of them was here, and one of them was here, and one was here, so you could know whose territory you're in. But nowadays it's all randomized, which is much better. You don't know what precursor civilization's around. You don't know what benefits you'll get. You know, like sometimes there'll be really good benefits for like Robot Empire, but if you're not playing a Robot Empire, well, tough titties. WP, did you ever play Sins of a Solar Empire? Sins is more of a game like that, but it's also an RTS. That sounds cool. I haven't, no. I just see the potential in Stellaris to do that. And I know I'd enjoy it. It's weird because this game kind of has a bit of the Guild Wars 2 thing, where I see so much potential, it's unreal. But there's a sense that it might never truly be realized, because Paradox do sequels, right? Like
System survey complete.
Like there's a chance
Found.
there's a chance they'll do a Stellaris 2, and in that case this game would never be fully realized. So it's almost like, is it worth talking about that, or do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like the Guild Wars thing, where it's like they could have been working a lot harder on the game all this time, but then they don't, and then they have these mass layoffs because of unseen projects, and it's just like a nightmare. You know, if you get a sense that they're just going all in on this for good, you know, it's such a positive and cool place to be in. But I don't know whether I really get that for Stellaris. Total War Warhammer is another interesting one, because it gets loads of updates and they're doing sequels, so I mean, Christ. Anyway, an abandoned ship has been left adrift aimlessly above this planet. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it relied on solar power to function. Like, imagine how cool that would be if you found that IRL, if that actually happened. Let's go back. Or, you know, your society found that, your civilization. Sorry, who? That was over here, was it? Oh my god, it's adrift of this planet? A rocky world that's scorching hot. The atmosphere is thin, or non-existent, and lava from the interior flows freely due to constant volcanic eruptions. This type of planet cannot sustain organic life. Ah, okay, so something's going on the planet. We have unemployment, so let's build them somewhere to work. So we can make administrative offices, alloy foundries, Octathon monument. I've never really known how to say this or what it's referencing. This gives us culture workers. What's the special thing that we got? Didn't we pick a Necroid thing? Or did we not go for that in the end? What do we want more of? Consumer goods? I don't know what we want. I don't know how to play the game anymore. Alloys would be nice. Let's get the monument. I always get a monument. This will create culture workers. And how do I read the flavor text of a culture worker? How do I do that? Culture workers will give us unity. I kind of wanted to read the flavor text of it. I can't find anything. All right, and unity is what's progressing us through these trees. Okay, Twitch, you get to make a decision here. So we're working through domination. So what do we want to get? Colonial viceroys? Our control over the colonies is dependent, we don't have any colonies yet, upon us finding capable and loyal individuals that can be trusted to enforce the will of the government. So this would improve the level and capability of the level cap of our governors. Kind of on theme with the rest of our stuff. Imperious architecture. All government buildings in our great empire shall be monuments to the state, looming over the populace to inspire obedience, loyalty, and awe. So what this would do is it would make our capital on our home planet and anywhere else we make capitals provide housing. Wow, that's interesting. Or lastly, Judgment Core. Sprawling cities and isolated mining stations both have unique challenges associated with crime prevention. To expedite law enforcement, we have made the judicial process more efficient by combining the roles of judge, jury, and enforcer. Jesus Christ. Enhanced surveillance. Enforcers will reduce crime by an additional 20%. Okay, so let's talk about crime. Crime came in with the Megacorp update, but was really boringly executed in vanilla balance. I don't know whether we're going to struggle with crime. I mean, maybe if we're being like bombarded and shit, people start looting and stuff. But in peacetime, with the way that our empire's set, I don't know how much crime we're going to have. I don't think we're going to have it. What was the second one? Imperious architecture. This was like really big, badass buildings that people live in. And it makes them, you know, super fanatical patriots, I guess. You've never had any crime ever? I've had it very rarely. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing with Stellaris. It's like, I don't know whether there's like a patch to it or something. I don't know what the new... Oh, so Kerry's doing a poll, is she? All right, let's see. So yeah, which one do we want to go for domination? This might be nice, the colonial viceroys, but the thing is, we're at the start of the game, so all of our guys, all of our leaders, they're all low level right now, right? So, like here I have one planet and one governor. He's level 1. He's level 1 out of 7. So, you know, bumping his potential level to level 9 right now, I don't know how great that would be. I personally wouldn't pick it. Maybe for flavor or roleplay you could pick it. How does that work? Oh, there's a poll. I see it on screen. Can I vote as well? Oh, I can see all the responses. Oh, that's pretty cool. Not many people voting. Is everyone all tabbed? Guys, all tab back and vote in the poll. Is anyone... I mean, it's a kind of a weird decision that we're making here. All right, it's pretty clear everyone wants the architecture. All right. More housing. It's not like we have overpopulation issues either. What I want to do is, like, you know in Skyrim, there's like the Ordinator perk overhaul. There's stuff like that for Stellaris that make these trees a lot deeper and a lot more fun, like the decisions you make and stuff. Anyway, yeah, so we're building our building, and we've collected that. Nice. I'll speed the game up again in a bit, by the way, so we get more of those kinds of decisions. I want to keep my eye out, though. We're going to stream until we find an alien empire, by the way. I have to see how First Contact works. I have to. I have to know if we meet, like, some fanatic purifiers or some kind of, like, horrific hive mind or some shit. I've got to know. You know, if we meet space Klingons or something, I've got to know if they'll just attack me or what. I want to feel like there's a bit of risk and danger and incitement and tension, which is what you'll notice I did on my YouTube LP. I want that for the vanilla game, but we'll see. The architecture sounds cool anyway. Yeah. We now know without a doubt, a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Gork. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalogue the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. Okay, so this still exists. So this is basically a new quest chain. We can ignore for some little influence right now. I'm going to do the quest chain, though.
Situation log updated.
So, this is the first one we've got. Habitable worlds. Now, if I track this, what you will see... Wait. Oh, I guess because I've not found any right now. But basically, we want to survey as many of these kinds of worlds as possible now. The ones that we could actually put civilizations on. Like this world over here. This is a continental world. If we were playing like... No, not this. This is a continental world. Like, if we were humans, we could obviously live on a world like this, right? In fact... That's not actually Earth, is it? No, of course it's not. We could live on a world like this. But, we can't because of our specific preferences. But this is still a habitable world, right? So we need to just find 8 of these planets. And that's it. We'll ding it. It looks like there's loads of habitable worlds around, by the way. Like, fucking loads. Which is crazy to me. We are on pure default right now. Solar Sailor. Alright, that ship that we found with the sail. We've discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Mavol 2. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object passed through it, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. An interesting, albeit primitive design. There's an episode of Deep Space Nine about that. With Cisco and Jake. I wonder if that's what they're alluding to.
Construction complete.
Alright, good. Okay, so we've built our starbase here. We've expanded our borders. We're now in 3 systems. And what's really important here is this system has Nuprom on it. Nuprom 2. So, we're going to colonize this ship. Oh, we can't colonize it while there's the anomaly? I can't colonize it until I learn about the debris field. Wait, this is a routine... anomaly. I thought it was a challenging anomaly. Okay, hold on. We got any science ships nearby? Alright, he's kind of nearby. Okay, if I remember my keybinds. Control Shift should throw it to the front of the queue. Yeah, sorry. He was in the middle of surveying the sun. So he's still going to do everything we told him to do. But I've just jumped a new objective onto the front of the queue for him. So he's going to go do that first. He's going to go research. Meanwhile, there are some other resources that our construction ship can claim in this new solar system. So let's go do that. Another issue at the home world. Oh no, it's still just the unemployment. I guess I could have got them building the building a bit quicker. Hold on. We don't need to employ them in buildings, right? We can employ them in districts. So let's make a generator district. Rows of massive power plants that generate large amounts of energy, which can be used as energy credits. So, yeah, let's build one of those. And let's jump that to the top of the queue, because that'll be a lot faster to make than a whole building, as far as I remember. Oh, no, he'll take 165 days. The other one will take longer. So, yeah, let's finish the building. And then, yeah, let's queue up some districts. We've got plenty of food here, you'll notice. So that's fine. I haven't really built up my military or anything. Okay, somebody leveled up. Gone. The scientist, our engineering scientist, our adaptable guy. That's why he's leveled up, because he's adaptable. He gets XP faster than other people. So he's leveled. Our research will tick up again in a second as well. There we go. Let's see how new... I want to specifically watch the Nuprom development. Nearly done.
Anomaly found.
Oh, another one. That's from these guys scanning this star at Sabik. Scanning the star unveils a small object in rapid orbit. Its small size and high velocity make it difficult for our sensors to isolate. Challenging 540 days to look at one small object in rapid orbit around this star. Yeah, leave it be for now. Don't care about that. What I do care about is this. That'll be quite nice. If you click population, I think you can see the worker flavor text. Okay, so what have we got? We've got administration. We've got a ruler. Okay, hold on. Yeah, administrators are in the ruling class. The administration of an entire planet is a daunting task that requires dedicated and highly trained individuals. This is all over at Gork, for what it's worth. These people are going to be living on a nice planet, not a tomb, which is quite good. Researchers. The eternal mystery of the world is in its comprehensibility. Enforcers. Bureaucrats. Metallurgists. Artisans. We have clerks, technicians, miners, and farmers. Now, you can click these to, like, prioritize jobs. We've got a whole, like, generation of people being born into unemployment right now. Working class people. General laborers form the backbone of industrial and agricultural production, manufacturing, and basic services. I have a lot of specialists. I don't know, guys. All these updates just never really clicked with me. They just seem so convoluted.
Construction complete.
So difficult to get at the flavor and the RP, you know? Right, what did we just build? Oh, we finished building some of that stuff. Okay, so this star here we fully surveyed. It's called Zorf. There wasn't really anything there, just some research. So let's go build a starbase at Zorf. He's got nothing else to do. Oh. We discovered an archaeological site. Okay, so this will be a long story here, What is this? One of the problems with my LP was that we had so many archaeological sites going on at once. Do you guys remember that? Like, I was in the middle of, like, an interstellar war against the Elder Dragons. And I also had, like, 1 million of these stories going on at once, and it just completely... Okay, so this is hard. What's the story? A small canyon of sorts has been carved into the surface of this planet. Can I, Alright, it's the planet, it's not the moon. A small canyon of sorts has been carved into the surface of this planet by the violent impact of a starship. What remains of the vessel can still be found on the canyon floor. Although the crash must have occurred eons ago, the wreckage appears to be reasonably intact. An archaeological expedition would be able to learn more. So we can start excavating it. What we would do is we would hire a scientist who's, like, works full-time on this. And we would find clues. Again, I feel like this system needs a few tweaks as well. My god. But anyway, this isn't even in our empire. We've just found the site. It's just what our science ship's done, so we'll ignore that for now. Excuse me if you know this, not sure when it came in, but you need to build cities to open building slots. It's not done via POPs. Oh. That is new, I think. Last time I was playing, I'm pretty sure it was just the higher the population, the more building slots you got. Oh. Locked building slots. Slots can be unlocked by building city districts or upgrading your planetary administration building. Right. Why did they change that? I didn't really like this. I liked the old building system anyway. Why did they change this? So maybe I should build a city for the people to live in then. I mean, there's no homelessness, right? Does anyone know why the devs made that change? But yeah, okay, so people are starting to be employed now. If we go to population, where's our new job? Culture workers, there it is. Maintaining the arts is the realm of these workers, vital for the inner development and social expression of citizens. So there you go, good. Get our monuments going, and we can get some people working in money making. Okay, so we've scanned the debris field. A closer scan of the debris field around Nuprum 2 has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with unparalleled precision. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that it will be another 879 million years before it gains a single second, and it is counting down to a date 42 years and 3 days away. By the way, this whole stream, we've made it 5 years. So this would be a bit off in the playthrough. The capsule holds no clues as to what this date signifies or who the owners are, but it seems as though someone out there has lost track of the time. Keep an eye on it. Tick tock, tick tock. We'd gain a bulk of engineering research, or it's a bomb, destroy it. The capsule is full of innocent-looking wires, any one of which could be rigged to set off a weapon of mass destruction so potent it would wipe out the entire galaxy. The crew will snip them all. So what do we do? I want to settle my people on this planet. Do you want to do a poll? What do we do, guys? Let's do a poll, if Kerry's there. Do we settle people on a planet with a mysterious ticking... Don't spoil it if you guys know the answer. I don't know whether it has a variable outcome either. Or do we destroy it because we think it's too much of a risk? Keep an eye on it or destroy it? I'll see if she's there. If not, we won't do the poll. I want to see how she did that. I don't suppose we have any other mods in chat. How did Kerry do a poll? Is there a little button that I can add to my thing? I didn't see one before. Control F. Poll. Oh, manage your poll. Oh, there you go. Okay, she's got it. I think she's going to do it. Do you want to do it, Kerry? Maybe you could make a Twitch mod for this. Make such decisions automatically pop a poll on Twitch. Wait, a Stellaris mod for Twitch integrated? That's well out of my control. I only know their language, really, which is like a form of lure. Oh, there's already a poll going. Yeah, there is. Whoops. Do we settle on this scary planet? Well, yeah, we're going to settle on it. No, that's not the poll, Kerry. Oh, wait. Yeah, everyone's voted. Yeah, we're going to settle on it. The poll is... That's not a question. I'm putting people on it. I'm going to do it. The question is, do we have them living here with a mysterious clock ticking down, and we just keep an eye on it and see what happens in 42 years? Or do we just destroy the clock? That's the poll. Do we keep it or do we destroy it? To the 3 people who said no. Yeah, that was 93% of you all said settle. Yeah, we're going to live there. I will settle on it. Okay. Yeah, we're going to make live near the scary clock. Well, no, I can destroy the clock. The poll should be keep an eye, keep the clock on the planet and see what the fuck happens in 42 years. Or destroy it now because we're scared it's a bomb. We don't know it's a bomb. It might not be a bomb. It could be a bomb. It's probably a bomb. What we're doing is we're like somehow ending up on the Doomsday origin here. Alright, there we go. Do we doom our burbs? Beautiful. She's awesome. I'm not going to vote because I don't know. Alright, guys. Vote in that poll. That's it. Do we live with the clock or destroy the clock? Alright, everyone wants to live with the clock. Alright, fine. We'll keep an eye on the clock. We'll keep an eye on the clock. Okay, now we can settle people. Okay, so let's colonize, baby. I'm going to build a colony ship from Sire, our home world. It's going to cost a ton of food. A ton of alloys, a ton of consumer goods, which we're actually starting to run out of here. It's okay, I can fix that though. So yeah, let's put all these people on a spaceship. What do we call the colony, guys? Somebody name our second planet. The code is 45. Type 45 and name the planet. What do you guys want to call it? You could call it Doomsday or something. The Doomsday world, the clock world. Okay, I now said squeak 45. I'm gonna append. Alright, there you go. Squeak. Doomsday. So they're going to fly there. Now, here's another cool thing about the game that never gets looked at. Let's say we'd already found aliens, and we're in a first contact war, like a mini war. I love that what my mod was going to do, okay, so we're building, they've got to build the colony ship first from the starbase, and then it will start going out. What I've loved is the idea of, like, being able to shoot down a fucking colony ship in transit. Now, that's a cool story, and that never really happens in Stellaris. The idea that you can actually have your poor settlers just trying to move to a new world getting, like, targeted by malicious aliens. Or you get to be the aliens doing the malicious targeting. I think that shit's so cool. And that's what my mod was doing with First Contact. I don't know how this will go. We haven't found anyone yet. Maybe I should make some more scientists so that we can actually see what's out there a bit quicker. Because I'm not really exploring with my scientists right now. I'm having them survey. We're like full-on survey mode. We're not really explorers. What I could do is take this ship that's being escorted by these corvettes, and I could send them out, like, really far away. How long IRL till the boom? I mean the clock. It depends on if during this playthrough I start making time move faster. Right now I'm playing at normal speed, but if I go to fastest, I mean we could get there in no time at all. If I just skipped through all the pop-ups. But that's obviously not the way we're playing, so I don't know. At the current rate, it would take quite a while. There's a routine thing here. There's an unexpected pattern of interference on this star. Let's check that out. Why not? You know what I want default behavior to be of science ships? When the science ship finds the anomaly, I want it to wait and stand still, or maybe even auto research, just for a few seconds. And if I click accept, I haven't had this inefficient thing where they move away and come back, you know. But if I ignore the pop-up completely, they won't finish it. They'll just go off and do their own thing. And what that would also do is remove micromanagement with really basic anomalies once your survey speed's fast enough, because the game would just automatically finish it in those few seconds. Okay, so let's reduce our crime for now. This is not a very good early game tree. None of this is really going to matter. Let's reduce our crime for now. I'm not going to do that as a poll. I'll reduce our crime, and then I'll do the colonial viceroys. And then we'll have a cool post for the Grand Master traits, essentially. A cool poll about that. Right, now let's figure out our consumer goods.
We have mastered a new technology.
Oh, we're getting technologies. Okay, here, we can do another poll here. Advanced instrumentation allows for the study and practical application of physical systems. Okay, so what do we want? Army damage? Do we want to build powered exoskeletons? Wearing a powered exoskeleton will augment the user's strength and speed. The military applications are obvious, but it will also increase labor efficiency. Do we want to research that? Or do we want to research better corvettes? Establishing new standards for the modeling and construction of our corvettes greatly improves their efficiency. That's so basically they'll be cheaper to build and faster. That's like our basic shooty spaceship for now. Or lastly, assembly patterns, which would increase our building of planetary side stuff. I like the look of this in terms of the game mechanic. Rapid iteration and construction simulations determines the optimal component assembly patterns for each building project ahead of time. Okay, so build stuff on buildings faster, stronger armies and more minerals from our mines, or better corvettes. Which one, guys? We're going to do a poll on this. Kerry, tell me if all these polls are annoying. I'll do them on my own if they're annoying you. Andius, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it. Have a good night, man. It's okay. She said, what am I doing? These three options here. Put them in a poll. Exoskeletons, assembly patterns for planetary construction, or corvettes. You can just write down the text at the top. Polls for just the really interesting decisions would be best. Don't want to bog everything down. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just we do research very rarely. We've picked one research thing this whole stream so far. I don't know. I mean, there is a lot of research and tech to go through. Is there Twitch integration for this? No, it's carried in the work. There you go. She says, what thing? Go on, guys. Pick one of those. Which one do you want? Oh, it's a little bit closer, this one. Exoskeletons, planetary construction, corvettes. It looks like planetary construction's just about ahead. So yeah, let's do that. I like that because we want to fix our consumer goods issue in a second anyway. All right, now what was going on over here? This sun. The crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the usual pattern of interference in the system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation to be precise, and one that Science Officer Monon cannot seem to get out of their head. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown, although its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesics suggest a point of origin from outside of our galaxy. Oh god, does this mean I'm gonna get, Christ, what's the crisis? Where's that crisis UI? Where's all that new crisis UI? Does anyone know? Oh look, here's envoys. Oh, I have one envoy. I don't know what a lot of these systems are. Right, okay. So, off they go. Everyone's working away. Now, consumer goods were a little bit low. Just because we're colonizing. So what I can do is I'm going to go to my private economy. And we have an abundance of money. So I'm just going to buy some consumer goods. Every month, we'll buy 5. Wait.
System survey complete.
That didn't really work how I wanted it to do. Let's just buy them in bulk. Let's just buy bulk. There you go.
Anomaly found.
I didn't really read that very well. Irregular signal? Oh, okay. So we've learned about who the precursors are. The First League. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization. If what we've learned from these artifacts is correct, then this civilization was some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League and appeared to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the Mavile system lies in the region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, a partial map found among the artifacts indicates that this First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse. So, begins the event chain for the precursors, the First League.
Situation log updated.
And we've got some artifacts. Right, so, if we can find enough relics from their civilization, it may be possible to pinpoint the location of their home system. So that's what we're trying to do. We've got to find as many of their artifacts as possible. We've actually found none so far. So why did that pop up if we found none? I'm not sure.
Construction complete.
After watching 50 minutes of Tomorrow, my vision on the genetic modification route in Stellaris is simply horrified. A genetic modification is probably my favorite of the Ascension trees. So that you guys know, there's basically 3 major ways you can completely change your civilization. One of them is going like crazy into genetics. One of them is going crazy into psionics and becoming basically like space wizards, Jedis. And then the other one is becoming robots, becoming synths, and then full-blown robots after that. And they're known as like ascending, and they're like 3 completely disparate paths with totally different technologies and game systems at the end. Or we could pick any of them, I think. What would you guys like to do? I mean, I don't know. Which becomes available is kind of based on what stories come up and what technologies you research and stuff like that. So it's not like you have well, you kind of have total control. Does precursors happen in every game? I finished 5 or 6 games and I don't remember any without precursor quests. It happens every time? Are you guys sure about that? The First League is own... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, there's always a precursor chain because there's always precursors. The First League like lived here. Another one of them will have lived here. Another one of them lived here. Another one would have lived here. I don't know who lived where or what was going on. It just so happens we are with the First League, you know. There are other ones, though. I don't know who appeared in my YouTube series. I think there are 4, 5? I don't know if they've added any new ones in recent expansions. The signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit. Oh, the ship has not given off any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. A special project's been issued to investigate what's happened to the crew. Issue special project for the derelict ship.
Situation log updated.
Oh. Doesn't look like anyone's living in there, but it's an alien ship, guys. Definitely going to research that. And once again, I'm going to do Control Shift to throw it to the front of the queue.
We have mastered a new technology.
Right, I won't do a poll for this.
Special products.
Aren't we army guys? I could do defense armies. You know, we're like xenophobes. We're completely isolationist. I like the idea that we don't even build a navy. We just have such a brutally strong army that they can never conquer us. But the thing is, there's technologies and stuff where they'll just blow up your planet from orbit. It doesn't work in the game, in the vanilla game, not really. I mean, when you get late enough. So I don't know. We'll do population growth, which is, as far as I remember from previous patches, one of the best things to do. So we're going to learn how to map our genome. Mapping the genome of an individual through the sequencing of their DNA opens us up for tailored medical treatments and therapies. Guys, people who know things about the real world. We on real life, on Earth, we've mapped the human genome, haven't we? But we've only done it with one person. Only one person has been fully genetically sequenced. Isn't that true? And didn't it take like a decade for us to do it? So here, what the idea is we can do it with everyone or some shit. Yeah, it was in the late 90s and the turn of the millennium. Is that true, or have I got the facts wrong there? Is it actually we've done it with lots of people? Is the project not finished? I'm going to pick this anyway here. Okay, the crew of the ship. Oh, the crew of the ship has been found dead. What is more disturbing is that they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites, which infested them and drove them mad. Thanks to Science Officer Monen's findings, we were able to protect our own crew from being infected. Okay, I'm going to spoil something for you guys here. On my first playthrough, I had this. And in like a year, my scientist went fucking nuts and killed everyone and the ship blew itself up. So, it says here, we were able to protect our crew from being infected. I don't know whether to trust that. Monen might be infected. I think this guy might be dead. I don't know. Oh, okay, so yeah, the first genome sequencing took 10 years, but you can do it today in 1 to 2 days. You can get your genome mapped for a good bit of money.
Join the Spud Club.
Oh, but we still don't know what most of it does. Thanks very much for the sub there, Iron Workshop. We don't know what... That's interesting. In pursuit of eternal life, maybe I should get my genome mapped. They'll tell you if you have, like, certain diseases and stuff, won't they? Well, I just bought a new cheap keyboard because I dropped queso on mine. Oh, God. Kerry. Right, well, let's see if this guy goes nuts. I think he might be dead. Which would suck. But we need a setback. We haven't had one yet. I hate this UI here as well. I hate the health bar UI. It's so big and clunky and in the way and in the middle. I don't like it at all. I wish I could just have it appear on the right here or something. Like you select a ship and the health bar should appear over here or something. It's just so ugly. Right, I'm going to speed up time a little bit here. You posted the short version of your casual mod list on the help section of Discord. You're not a min-max, and some of those mods are a little broken. And some have... Oh god, Twitch moved too quick there for me. Typos in the text, but overall I enjoy them. They're more fun than anything. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I really went on a binge on the workshop last time I was playing this game. I have a few collections of my own. I want to do a YouTube series or something where I host a big mod collection for you. Yes, if you have no prerequisites for diseases, there will be information after your genome gets mapped. But again, we don't know what most of it exactly does and how changes in it influences the body or the mind. Yeah, I know. I've got to find a civilization. Well, hold on. Look, this is huge. We just had a big moment. Oh, I missed the whole thing. I missed the colony ship moving. Shit. I missed the whole animation where they land. All right, Squeak. The Doomsday planet has been settled. Our colony ship has gently touched down on the sprawling savanna that covers most of Squeak. The shimmering air is dry yet pleasant, and a large herd of docile herbivores can be seen observing from a distance as our first landing site is established. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Sire city on an alien world. A great day for our dynasty. Huzzah, baby. So we got to colonize it fully now before we can actually start building on it and stuff. Good luck, everybody. Again, I like the idea of that place being vulnerable, and like I should have a fleet stationed there because I'm in the midst of a first contact war with some hostile entity, and you know. But the thing is, the way the borders and shit works, I don't know how they've done it. Because the way that my mod worked was first contact wars didn't give a fuck about borders. Like, if you can't communicate with someone, how do you know to keep them out of your borders? How do you know to declare what your space is and what is not? So you would just have free roam. I don't know whether that's even possible in the game anymore with the way that they've done it. You love the sci-fi game of this so much? The sci-fi vibe? Yeah, if you just got a little bit of imagination, I think it's so captivating.
Construction complete.
It's tricky though, because if you're getting too many quests, if you're getting too many anomalies, if too many DCs are bundled together, you can lose like a lot of, I don't know, your sense of what's going on. And that balance of like the pre-baked quests versus the dynamic shit that starts happening just based on what aliens are around and what's going on, that also is a very, very fiddly, tricky thing. Like, it's not an easy game to get into a good state, but when you do get it in one, I think it's a lot of fun. Right, let's claim this starbase here. Claim this solar system and start looking at this archaeological site. That'll be interesting. This is an incredible system here. Holy shit, look at all the mining we can do here. Very profitable for minerals. I've still not built any ships, but why would I? I haven't met any vessels. Right, we're still playing on fast. You've been listening for 2 hours now and you understand absolutely nothing, but it's fun to see you play something you genuinely seem to enjoy a lot. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, I like doing this on Twitch because I don't have to freak out about, oh, have I explained this well enough? Is everything done? Like, if you go back to my YouTube series with the... sorry that I keep saying this so much, but... if you read the comments on the first few episodes, it's like, oh my god, he's explaining every mechanic, he's explaining this, he's explaining that, and it's like, it really bogs it down. I'm having a similar thing with Total War, I think, where I know that I'd like the game a lot, but it's just not clicking, and I've got like one friend who's helping me to play it.
We have mastered a new technology.
Alright, get a new tech. Our research speed goes up. We could unlock automatic surveying now and faster survey speed. Let's do this, because the faster our guys are surveying, the faster they're moving and exploring, the faster we will bump into someone new. Right, so we've built our starbase. Let's build all of our mining stations there now. Off he goes. The thing with this game is that you can only really learn it by playing it and just ignoring
System
half the stuff
survey
till you get to a point where that part's relevant.
Yeah. Anomaly found.
This is a very hard anomaly. There are signs. Oh, here you go. Signs of activity by a precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. This will be something from the first league, but it's going to take 1,400 days. That's like 4 years with the skill of our current scientist. He's only level 2. He's not very good at it right now. So we'll come back to that when he's a higher level. If he doesn't die because he's got some kind of brain parasite, which is what I'm totally expecting to happen here. So we're still slightly running out of consumer goods a little bit, but we're okay. We're kind of at equilibrium, really.
System survey complete.
Total War's great. You'd love to see me play it too. Well, I'm a complete noob at that game. I don't know anything about that game. Not really. Have I played much RimWorld? No, but I can tell you that I like the RimWorld font. Usually when I'm browsing fonts, I'm like, what can I use on the thumbnail? What can I use here and there? I use the RimWorld font. If not Angry Birds, obviously. That's a brilliant observation, I know, but there you have it. What this game needs is like a cinematic camera as well, where when I have the camera hovered like this, it should like slowly rotate or something. And what it should also have is I should be able to have my outliner collapsed, and it's only when something new happens that it quickly pops up and flashes, and then it should recollapse. I could just rebind it from O to Q or something, so that I can press it really easily. But yeah, we're away so far. One game you couldn't ever get into is Civ 6. You could just never immerse yourself into that world. It's too abstract. See, I think I'd like Civ as well. I don't know. I keep looking at Civ and I'm like, I should play this. I actually watched a Total Biscuit review of the most recent Civ. I think it was the most recent one. On YouTube the other day. You've not tried Total War because it's something you're super interested in trying. It's just daunting. Yeah, it is. It is. All these games have that stuff in problem. All these games have that problem in spades. All right, we get to do a poll here, guys. Okay, so we're now on the last tier of domination perks. So these are like bigger perks. Do we want the Privy Council? The best and brightest compete for a chance to whisper advice into the auditory receiver of our illustrious ruler to better guide the ship of state. So this would level our
system survey complete.
All right, let's pause the timer. This will level our ruler up by 2 levels. Give her a higher level cap by 2, which again might take a while, but she's going to be like so strong. Or workplace motivators. There are many ways to motivate those who would perform menial labor to work harder. Some based on incentives and some ... not. Okay, this would unlock a new edict for us. I haven't used any edicts yet. But it would basically put extended shifts on all the workers of our empire. It would mean that our slaves and our workers give us 5% more resources forever, as long as that edict's on. And I would have it toggled on, because we don't have any yet. So which one do you guys want? One gives us an immediate benefit. One gives us a benefit a bit later. I'll try and make this poll. If Kerry's not... Oh, no, she did it already. Wow, she's so good. All right, there you go. That's it. Do you want to motivate the workplace brutishly? By the way, when we finish the domination tree, we get a final perk. We get an ascension perk. I don't know why it gives you influence and a fucking ascension perk. You may as well just give them ascension perk. The ascension perk is a huge decision. That's going to be a big decision. Oh, this is quite a close poll. You guys are saying workplace motivators. The truth is this ended up being a boring poll because we're doing a kind of a late game tree early. So it doesn't matter because she's not close to fucking level 9 or whatever obscene level she can already get to. So yeah. All right, good. So let's start motivating our workforce. So let's open up the edicts. We haven't used any of these yet. And let's put on extended shifts. Oh. Does it have a duration? Oh, it does fuck up their happiness, by the way. Yeah, lasts until cancelled. No. Lasts until cancelled. It makes them unhappy. But it makes them get more shit. So whatever, let's do it. The thing is, isn't happiness tied to their productivity? So don't they become less productive? And then just more resource output again? Whatever. Long shifts, you bastards. And we're on. Alright. Now, what was... we surveyed a system. We built something. There's a new anomaly. This is a really hard one again, so it's fine that they're running away from it. A large amount of ship debris can be found in orbit, possibly the remnants of some kind of massive fleet action. See, look at the art there. That's such a cool. That's like a 1080p image, and how many pixels do we actually get to enjoy that? Right. What's our construction ship doing now? Okay, so we will have him build this. And I can't, unfortunately, queue up the other stuff. This science ship has stopped. Now, where do you guys think that... So, hold on. This guy is headed out that way. So, let's have this guy head out this way. Actually, do you know what? I want to take him to this system. I think we're more likely to find aliens here. So let's start surveying all of these. I don't really know how to get there. Oh, there you go. I kind of cheated there, didn't I? And revealed the hyperlanes before I should actually know. Someone's going to just pop up. Alright, it looks like there is another arid world here. Oh no, it's a tomb! There's a tomb world moon! We could go live on this shitty moon because of our origin. Radioactive wastelands, dangerous wildlife, particularly lethal with many dangerous predators and poisonous plants. A dread comet haunts the skies of Gork. Its implacable arc is a harsh reminder to the Sire that we are not alone, and that unknowable horrors from beyond the stars may be closer than they appear. We must take this as a sign to remain ever vigilant against alien influence. It's so funny playing a xenophobe. It makes the game so dark. If you play like a xenophile, it's like, ooh, it's a symbol of hope. I love it so much. Oh, it said it's an omen. What did that give me? My empire? It gave me a passive, didn't it? Like, they're so happy and excited about everything when you play a xenophile.
A new world for our people.
There we go. Squeak. The Doomsday Clock planet. Jesus Christ, that can have a lot of cities.
System survey complete.
I don't really know what to do. Should we get an industrial district so that people are making consumer goods? Now this is new as well. Industrial districts did not exist on my playthrough before. Before, the only basic resources were energy, minerals, and food. And then cities for people to live in. Now you can get consumer goods as a basic resource. So it's like these big ones here. And then specialist jobs make alloys for you, which is all the spaceborne stuff. So let's make an industrial district. In fact, let's make one on our home world as well. Let's just balance our economy out on that. I don't know whether it's the right move, but let's do that. Okay, mining stations. All right, this science ship. Oh, wait. No, it's okay. I didn't mess up. We can take him this way, right? No, I don't want to do that. How do I cancel the queue? I guess just redo the whole thing. Oh, there you go. Look, we're beginning to see the hyperlanes. Wait, did I fuck that up? By not holding shift hard enough? Don't get the wrong impression there, by the way. We were still moving through time there. The game wasn't on pause or anything. Oh, alloys and consumer goods and alloys come from these districts. Oh, okay. So an industrial district
Anomaly found.
Gives me artisans who make consumer goods and metallurgists for alloys. It gives me both. It's a 2-in-1. Ah, okay. So are there no buildings that do that anymore?
Found.
Oh my god, there are signs of activity by the precursors. Takes forever. What's this anomaly? Whoa. Sensor echoes have indicated the presence of some kind of unidentified object deep within the atmosphere of this gas giant. We're a bit under-leveled for it. Let's see what he finds. Oh, we're paused. Whoops. I was wondering what was going on there. Yeah, because we are running out of consumer goods. So we can just build these people up. Surely everyone would want to emigrate to this nice planet now. The buildings are always about improving the district in some way. Yeah, let's browse these. Yeah, like alloy foundries.
System survey complete.
So an alloy foundry, the building is like a mini version of the district, right? The districts are the be-all and end-all, really, but the buildings just like give you extra perks, right? Hollow theaters. Entertainers can work here. And entertainers will give us unity. And they'll make our jobs more productive. Precinct houses will give us enforcers that reduce crime and give us defense armies. Yeah, okay. Oh, resource silos as well. The resource storage capacity side of the game, that was completely irrelevant last time I was playing this as well. Like an unbalanced thing. Like way later you'd use these.
We have mastered a new technology.
I like the idea of that being a thing that persists through the whole game though. Pop growth speed. We've got that. We've mapped our genomes. Let's bump up our society research speed. Alright, so what was under here? The shattered remnants of a cruiser-sized starship can be detected in a decaying orbit deep inside the atmosphere. It appears to have ventured far into the gas giant's atmosphere, perhaps in a desperate attempt to escape a pursuer, only to be crushed by the atmospheric pressure. The vessel is too deep to be salvaged, but a structural scan of the wreckage has provided us with some interesting engineering data. A remarkable vessel. It sounds like a lot of shit was going on here with the First League before we arrived.
Found.
Anomaly over on this one. Glowing webs of an unknown origin periodically illuminate the surface of this meteoroid. There's a mod that makes the texture of this look a lot better because these are so out of date, these textures. Alright, here we go guys. Big choice now. We get our Ascension perk. Okay, so you remember everything I said about you can like genetically augment your species, or you can psionically augment them, or you can become robots, like the long-term like ascension paths. That's all done through these. There's like loads of really big game-defining decisions you make here, and you can only pick a few, right? You can't get all of them eventually. You're like locked in on what you go for. So here, for example, you can see technological ascendancy, or like so basically. We only have a few to pick from right now because we're really early. As you look down here, there's all these grayed out ones. These start to become available depending on how we shape our empire and what we do as we go along. And these allow you to eventually do stuff like build ring worlds, or, you know, there's so much stuff you can do. So, we only have like a couple of choices. It might be too many for a poll. Actually, it won't be too many. I'll put my favorites forward. So, nihilistic acquisition. What this does is it lets us raid people and steal their populations and just make them slaves. You can just steal people from other planets as you bombard them with your... So basically, it's that sci-fi idea of like getting a transporter beam or something and just like vacuuming people up and stealing them. This would require us to be at war and all that kind of stuff, so I don't see that. Not for us. I think we would avoid these aliens. I don't think we'd want them in our empire, even as slaves. Interstellar Dominion, the stars beckon and we follow. May nothing stand between us and them. That would let us build a lot more star bases a lot quicker. But again, I don't know how much territory we care to build with our setup. Technological ascendancy. This used to be a really strong one. Research speed, basically, and rare technologies start appearing. We haven't seen any rare technologies yet. We're only just beginning. True unity, one vision. True unity is achieved only when ultimate goals of a nation and its people are one and the same. After all, a house divided against itself cannot stand. This is the Ascension perk Guild Wars 2 needs to pick up. Was that funny, guys? Was that funny? Monthly unity, amenities less. Although we mastered the nature of our homeworld long ago, alien biomes have since encountered present new challenges, and they too shall be overcome. So mastery of nature means that we can... Like, every planet has a size, okay? So, for example, this planet... where do I see its size? Here is size 15. So it only has a certain number of districts on it. Our capital is size 18. Now, what that Ascension perk does is it allows us to live in more places and utilize more of the planet, increasing the size. As well as the clear blocker thing. Imperial prerogative. As our civilization continues to grow, so its beating heart must also expand. More systems will be placed under our direct control. That's lame. That's about sectors and stuff. I don't care about that right now. Executive vigor. There will be no half measures or compromises when implementing the edicts decided upon our government. We go all the way or not at all. So we could get even more edicts, but I don't have that many. Or transcendent learning. Our society must change its approach towards learning, and by doing so, our best and brightest will be able to reach a completely new level of achievements. Okay, I'm not even going to make this a poll. I'm going to do this. Let's do transcendent learning. This will give all of our leaders, our ruler, our scientists, our governors, our envoys, do they level up? I don't know how that works. It will give all of our guys higher level cap all at once, and it will give them 50% experience gain. I feel like we're getting a theme here where this comes up all the time. So let's do transcendent learning. Let's just get our guys like ultra high level. Let's just see what happens here. I've never played like this, by the way. And let me see. What level is she? Yeah, look. Our leader can go up to level 10. A regular empire, you only get level 5. We can go up to level fucking 10. And as you level, they get new traits, by the way. So we'll keep an eye on that. They will get stuff. So yeah, there's not even a poll there. I'm just doing that. That's cool. Yeah, leader level cap and leader life is a strong combo. So we could go into genetics as well and make all of our guys really, really long-lifed. So that we get a lot of benefit out of their high levels. It's going to be pretty crushing when they die, though. You've had level 300-year-old leaders that are level 11. That's awesome. 300 years old. Machines, by the way, if you play Robot Empire, they don't die of old age, so they can make it really far. But they do have a chance of malfunctioning as time goes along, so. Alright, what's going on here? Monon reports that this asteroid is covered from pole to pole in a web-like network of electrical filaments. The networks respond to external stimuli. The Grand Dysphoria experimented with sending a low-voltage pulse to the surface, which resulted in a wave of illumination that rippled through the network like a circuit board. Even more remarkably, the webs rearranged themselves. The second low-voltage pulse revealed that the filaments had been organized into a new pattern, centered around what the previous pulse had contacted on the surface. Monon concludes that this discovery confirms the long-held theory that life can exist on an almost purely electrical impulses, independent of cellular or viral structure. Oh, he's leveled up from that. He's just straight up been given a free level from that. And there's new cellular...
System survey complete.
There's new society research here because there's like a weird kind of life form, an electrical life form on it. That's cool. So Monon is level 4 now. He's probably able...
We have mastered a new technology.
He's probably able to research... oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, well, we found aliens, kind of. We found robots. Right, what has happened here? We've started to venture towards this space. Incoming transmission. This is weird. We haven't actually found... This is a very special kind of first contact. I think. Unless the game's changed now. Usually you find a ship. Usually you find a planet that they're living on. Usually you have an actual interaction. But here, we found a fallen empire, basically. The Prime Continuum. Biological civilization detected. Initiate custodial protocol 46, subroutine Alpha 8. Message follows. Greetings, organic sapients. You are approaching the Prime Continuum territory. These systems serve as a refuge for sapient organics against the error data block corrupted threat. For refugee status applications, proceed to central processing. All sapient organic species are welcome on a basis of availability and need. Notice, hostile actions against refugees or custodian systems will be met with maximum available force deployment. Okay, so... I could explain all of this, or we could just see how it rolls, but There are certain empires that are just complete badasses. They're like sleeping empires that will fuck you up until like way later in the game. That's who I said one of our starts could ask to be a vassal of. Now these guys are specifically here to defend the galaxy from endgame crises. And they're generally nice, but I don't know how our people will like that. So that's our first alien encounter, and it's a weird one. Because it's just like these highly technologically advanced robots off in deep space that sent a transmission out. The news that we've encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has shaken our society to the core. Leaked footage of these bizarre creatures is spreading through media outlets across the Scythius dynasty, and many citizens have been gripped by a panic. Rioting has been reported in several cities. The strange Xenos have achieved a level of technology far beyond our own, and they appear to have been spacefaring for thousands of years, possibly even longer. Fortunately for us, their kind appear to be a decrepit and stagnating species. Their age is over. The time of the sire has come. Okay, so here's their territory. Oh god, and we've got a new faction. They live on a ring world here. See, they're actually nice. I don't know if they'll be nice to us. But basically, they're like, okay, you want to be safe? You come here. A new faction has recently been gained in traction. Their members lobby for a national focus on financial growth and stability through peaceful means. A disgruntled faction, blah, blah, blah. All right. The Prosperity Initiative. Again, this was all kind of boring that I was looking to tweak. I have to go look at my old mod list. Right. Well, does that mean that's the end of the street? That's not really the same, though. That's not the first contact. Okay, alert. We have decided to open our borders to you. Right. I don't know how all the new diplomacy and shit works. I really don't. So we can fly in there if we want. We can't get sensors and see all their shit. You wait till my science ship gets there. We'll just wait a second till my science ship's there. And you guys will see what it looks like. It's crazy in there. Let's get mining station output. I'm focusing entirely on economy and stuff. I hope we don't find anyone too angry. Now, I think we can try and communicate with them. They don't like me very much. Since we do not have enough intel, we can only speculate as to their reasons. So what is this? This is all new. I don't know what this is. Enigmatic. This fallen empire is an ancient artificial intelligence that behaves in a strange and unpredictable manner. We do not know what to expect from it. I wonder if they can act in ways different to what I just described. Intel of 10 out of much. So I have very low intel on anything, basically. I can't spy on them. This empire fell into a dark age long ago and largely isolates itself from the rest of the galaxy. Can try to talk to them. Availability and species vulnerability. There are currently stasis units available. We don't know. I could declare war. I could insult them. Make claims on the planets or just offer a trade deal. I don't know their fleet power. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good. This is definitely something the game needed. Okay, in the past, these three values, fleet power, tech level, and economy, you could just see straight away. You could see if they were superior to you, or you could see if they were generally matched to you, or whatever. And just through that, you could know if you could fuck someone up in a war or not. You would just know straight away. And it kind of ruined a lot of the magic of the game. Like, really, I think visible fleet power itself is just a big problem. I don't know how it works now, but the fact that it says unknown until I actually, like, talk to them and learn about them, that is really good. That's a very good change. And they're dormant. I don't know. They open their borders to me. I really like that. Wait, espionage tab.
Construction complete.
Oh, that will have the espionage tab for regular empires, because this is not a regular empire. This is a fallen race. Okay, we've claimed this system. Let's grab some mining stations, and then let's pick up this choke point system here as well. It's quite far to fly to. No, actually, let's go to Sargas over there. Let me just check he's not queued incorrectly. Yeah, he's doing good. What is this? Another faction led by the High Queen. The Neutrality Forum. Their members are advocating for closed borders and non-interference. Okay, so if I want to please them, I should close my borders
Anomaly found.
to these guys. Managing faction is a dumb bit of the UI. What do they want? They just want me to keep the peace. And these guys want an extended peace. I think by default, I've got my borders closed. So everyone's happy. No matter where you are politically, you're generally happy right now. So that's fine.
System survey complete.
A routine lookup on this star. Why not? I'm going to keep this guy going this way because I'm hoping that there's another civilization, a regular one on the other side.
One of our spaceports is
Oh.
under attack.
Asteroid sighted. Our deep space tracking arrays have made an alarming discovery. A large asteroid is headed towards the planet in a direct collision course. Should it impact the surface, the consequences would be disastrous. It should be destroyed before it's too late. This is an ill omen.
Situation log updated.
Where is it? You should see it somewhere in the system. Ah, here it is. See, I like this little event. As far as I know, this only happens once per campaign. And it doesn't always happen. But yeah, this is basically just a very basic, like, little shooting tutorial kind of thing. Let's take our wretched armada and have them fly over and break it. The armada itself is a very long way away, though, so we'll see where they end up. Depends how long this takes to get. I think that Stellaris needs a lot more little moments like this. This is why I believe in, like, space monsters being more abundant. I believe that First Contact War and First Contact, like, Alien Engagement should be happening a lot earlier. Like, within the first 4 years, at least. And this kind of stuff should be happening. And little, you know, space amoebas and shit should be happening. Because otherwise, it's a bit passive and it's a bit slow. Quite often in a Stellaris playthrough, the first time you're fighting is, like, too late. And it's when people have, like, done way too much. Oh, my starbase is just going to blow up. That's kind of dumb. So is this event just pointless now because starbases exist? Like, I think people should get a chance to actually learn a little bit more about the combat. I'll bring the armada back anyway. How far away are they? 2 jumps? Okay, what was going on with this star? It was pulsating irregularly, but when the view arrived, there was no evidence to support the data. While most of the crew are in agreement that the anomaly was caused by a sensory malfunction, our science officer discards this theory. He claims to have discovered similar pulsating energy emission patterns elsewhere, and now fears that something strange is happening to the galaxy's stars. They have charted the course to the nearest affected star. Okay, this should be a poll. For sure. Okay, is our science officer batshit insane? Do we get to the bottom of this? Or was it just a sensory issue? It was a malfunction? Or let's see about the weird pulsating stars that no one believes in except our one science officer. What do you guys think? I'll wait a few seconds and see if a poll pops up. It's been a while since we had one. Yeah, the robots are friendly, but they're not a real civilization, Kerry. So they might be decent. All right, I'll throw the poll up, I guess, since she doesn't. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, she did it. She did it. Is the science officer bananas? He's crazy? Or she's like, look at the flavor text in this. Let's listen to him, or he's crazy. Of course everyone wants to listen to him. Just pro tip. Sometimes there's a reason I'm suggesting that maybe... I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many event outcomes there are, because sometimes you think you know a question, and then on a different playthrough it ends a different way. All right, let's listen to him.
Situation log update.
The fucking pulsating stars project. Right. So he wants to go to this in the next 60 days. Wait, who was it that believed in them? Which scientist specifically? We found a lot of precursor activity. This is good. Oh, it's a situation log, isn't it? Right. Several stars in the galaxy have begun to pulsate oddly. The crew have raised concerns that these readings were caused by a sensory malfunction, but Officer Amol, how's his name spelled? Elmome would like to investigate one of the stars more closely. I mean, we could name all of our officers cool names, by the way. Right. Let's rename him, actually. Where are you, Elmome? You. I'm going to call him Crazy. And he's in charge of the SS Baited Switch. Alright, Control Shift. Go on in. Go research this star. Jesus Christ, he's got a complex path now. He's been asked to do a lot of stuff. Hold on. You are on your way there, right? Yeah, he is. Okay. Right, now let's go watch the asteroid get shot down. It looks like my starbase is really rubbish and actually not doing much damage. So you never know. It might survive. I love the arc of the missiles. Look at them swirling out. You see that arc? There are some really good mods that make the battles look stupidly pretty. I mean, that's the thing. You want more fights in the game because the fights are so thrilling to watch. This is why I always make like 5 to 7 science ships. Yeah, I know. I mean, I honestly think that if I was going to do another big curated YouTube playthrough, I would drop the anomaly rate down a bit. Just so what I would like to do is emphasize the combat and the dynamic elements of the game, of this thing, and limit the quests and stuff and the anomalies. I think that anomalies that cause fights and mechanics and, like, you know, cinematic moments, I think are good. All right, there you go. Our ship's in as well now. They'll fuck it right up.
Special product complete.
All right. So he's at the star. The crew of the ISS Baited Switch has made an unfortunate discovery. Like they suspected, the pulsating pattern observed from the rimrock was in fact due to a sensory malfunction in Science Officer Crazy's head. Science Officer Crazy has turned erratic and suffers delusions about the star's pulsating coded warnings about the coming apocalypse and of having been appointed protector of the realm. The crew believes she herself manipulated the ship's sensory data during a psychotic spell. Crazy is now in a medical pod headed back to Gork, where she will receive treatment. Thank you for your service, Crazy, protector of the realm. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, we get a bit of society research. We have no leader now. We need to hire a new scientist. So we lost a scientist over that. Good job, Twitch chat. I thought we would go to lots of stars, honestly. I think it might be an RNG chance each time. I seem to remember that question listening for a long time. Like, just continuously saying, yeah, try it. Believing in my officer over and over and over again. Let's do this guy because he gets extra experience. He's adaptable. So he's going to be kind of weak, to be honest, now because he's new to the job. So all these anomalies that Crazy could have done, we're now fucked for. We can't do. Anyway, let's do some exploration instead of some surveying. I want to find an alien race. The stream's gone on quite a long time now, so let's run through all this stuff. Oh, there you go. The asteroid's destroyed. Oh, we missed it. We missed the animation of it getting blown up. The asteroid that was approaching Squeak Doomsday on a collision course has been destroyed. With their doom averted, the jubilant citizens on the planet have taken to the streets in celebration. A scan of the remaining fragments also revealed that the asteroid consisted largely of valuable minerals. We've collected what we could.
Construction complete.
So we successfully destroyed the asteroid. Yeah, these guys, I don't know if that's an omen. 42 years, guys. Not even that now. We're 13 years in. Tick-tock. Right, let's escort our explorer vessel as well. Our survey vessel, sorry. Our explorers are on their own. Oh, I kind of wanted to go to the Alpha Refuge as well. Whatever. Let's just watch these guys go. It'll be fun. How long until the Doomsday clock explodes? How long IRL is that? Well, again, it just depends on the speed of the playthrough. If there's not many anomalies, if there's no aliens we've met or anything, you know, we can get there really quickly. Like right now, it's going very fast. We just did, me speaking there was a month. You can see it on the very top right. Each day ticking by. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's the days ticking by right now. That's us traveling through space. Holy shit, this is a big system. It was a good decision not to survey all this crap.
System survey complete.
Unbelievable. Every video in a nutshell. How long do I think I'll be streaming today? Probably not too much longer. Half an hour or so, maybe? Max. Might be less. Alright, so there was actually a discovery from the other science ship. A black hole, guys. I love black holes in this game. Look at that fucking thing. We have discovered what we believe could be an ancient subspace gateway in Jebben's Maelstrom. It appears to have been part of a galaxy-wide network of similar stations which, when operation, allowed for near instantaneous travel from one part of the galaxy to another. At some point after its initial construction, its connection to the rest of the network was severed. It now offers only one valid destination, on an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that our astronomers have designated the L Cluster. Even more intriguing, the gateway was built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L Cluster will remain beyond our reach.
Situation log
Okay, that's a
updated.
big question. If you have a look here, outside the galaxy, where is it? What? Where is it? Like, really far outside the galaxy, somewhere, there's a cluster of stars. I guess we don't get to see it just yet. Maybe we have to go a bit further in the quest. And it's like a lot of different things can happen there. There's a lot of RNG on it. Fossils discovered on the Doomsday planet. Fossilized remains from several different species that do not appear to have been indigenous to Squeak have been found in a large and secluded valley on the planet. They all date roughly the same period, within the span of a few centuries, some 3.6 million years ago. Each of these species seems to have evolved in its own unique biosphere, and all appear to have been sapient. Strangely, every fossilized individual found so far shows signs of having met a violent end. Oh god, there's a lot of shit going on that planet. Is that tied to the clock? I genuinely don't know if that's tied to the clock or not. So there's now an archaeological site there. We can start digging on this planet, where our people live. And there's a doomsday clock. What the fuck? Also, I just queued something. Whoopsie. Who was we looking at a second ago there? Let's get the construction ship going. Yeah, I fucked that up. Let's survey this. These are all dead ends, guys. There's no alien society here. If there is one, it's beyond here. It's past the Marval system. And what I could do is actually build up a starbase there. So here you go. This is the L gate. There are other gates that just allow you to travel within our own galaxy, but this one takes us outside the galaxy to a very special place. And there's lots of them, by the way. They all lead to the L cluster. So, like, we have an L gate. Someone that lives over here probably has an L gate. Someone who lives over here probably has an L gate. There's one over here. And it's kind of like a race who gets in there first. And once you do get in there, you know, you can, like, have wars erupt as more people enter. Holy shit, check it out. It's a cracked planet. I love these places, man.
Construction complete.
Can't really look at it too much. Oh, our construction ship's going pretty fast there, eh? Mining stations. Right, next I'm going to pick up Discovery so that we can explore a little bit quicker. So our anomaly research speed increases by 20%. This is a good early game one, you see. I would put another poll up, but we kind of made a weird choice before. Okay, so what is this? Unemployment? What do we want? Man, the industrial districts are really good, right? We're starting to run out of food produce. We have a huge stockpile of food.
Construction complete.
So I'll build some farms on that planet as well. Okay, yeah, let's claim the Marvel. I think, guys, we're actually going to find them over here. As soon as this guy's surveyed these places, I'm going to move them over here. I genuinely think our neighbors are here. The odds of us having neighbors over here are very low because... Well, I don't know, actually. It depends what their territory is. It depends what the Alpha Refuge's territory is. Because if their border's, like, really big... I don't know. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, you're not exploring anymore. Okay, let's have you explore there. If there's anyone out here, they're, like, on a beeline this way. So let's... It's too far away. We don't know. Right, okay, now, what's this? The ISS Grand Dysphoria has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource. Dubbed volatile motes. These particles contain a tremendous amount of energy, which could be exploited in energy production, as fuel or even as explosives. While we don't yet possess the means to extract the resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system. So yeah, these are like... Again, these need rebalancing, really, I think. But strategic resources are like so huge and so beneficial for your empire in specific jobs that they're amazing to trade, and they're the kind of thing that you'd want to go to war just to take a system for, you know? Like, fuck these guys. They have dark matter in this one place, and I want that. So I'm gonna grab that. You know, this unlocks like build paths and stuff. But again, I've never had a Stellaris playthrough where I've declared war on someone because I wanted their strategic resource. And I've never had a war declared on me because of a strategic resource either, likewise. So I don't know whether there's a bit of a balance mishap there. WP doesn't trust us anymore.
Construction
Smart.
complete.
I do. I will. Whoa! What the fuck is this place? I've never seen anything like this. What the fuck are we? Is this what Nebula look like now? Whoa. That's very cool. Okay, construction ship.
Anomaly found.
Impressive structures litter the upper surface, practically begging for some archaeological work. Right, let's research that. What's our science ship doing? Keep going, guy. I think it's here.
A new technology.
Are you guys ready? I think it's here. I think there's aliens right here. Ready? At the center of this cluster. Well, we're about to find a starbase or something. In a second. And we'll see what the fuck first contact's like. I should probably have done this playthrough as a first contact. Right, what did we research? Society. Okay, we could get soil remediation. The process of soil deposition normally takes millions of years. With advanced tracking, chemical engineering, and hydraulic management technologies, even the poorest substrate can be turned into fertile topsoil. Look, we can take the Sahara Desert and make it verdant and green. Yeah, let's do that. Very good on our planets. And then just general research speed by giving everyone an AI companion, a basic one. Or better ship power. I've not really researched any ship components yet, so fuck it. That would have been a lot of money to do the other one.
We have mastered a new technology.
This planet is uninhabited, and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs, carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monolith's flowing lines deity chart a history so fantastical it must surely be fictional. Surely. Image them for the archives. Get a bunch of engineering research. Research that I didn't spend on anything because I wasn't building something because of the timing there. Let's pick up Corvette build speed now. I like that idea. Okay, we claimed this space. I actually can't claim any further.
Anomaly found.
There's a Savannah world there. We know that much, but I never studied it. More precursor evidence up there. That's brilliant. I don't know what to do with my construction ship here. I guess I'll just claim this over here. We still have loads of alloys and loads of influence. We can get a lot of space, it looks like. Right now, where are my guys that are going out in the middle of nowhere? Oh my god. Ready? I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm going to turn them around and I'm going to take them to the center of that other cluster. Who the fuck are my nearest allies? Where are they? Oh my god, I'm wrong. Nobody's here. Are we the only people in the universe? They've got to be there. They've got to be here. That's the only answer. Let's go back through this nebula.
System survey complete.
See, if there's a society living within this nebula, you can't actually, your sensors can't penetrate it. You have to physically go in with a ship to see what's there. So that might be why we have no, like, general intel that there might be ships nearby. What's our problem again? Unemployment. Okay, let's start smithing up. I mean, the game's very easy right now. I've got so many resources and so many people to produce more resources. Because I'm not interacting with anyone. I don't need to spend anything on any ships. So my economy's strong. My people are happy. There's no, like, crime issues. There's no, like, internal politics to bother with or anything right now. It's all very, very, very easy right now. Are you going to rotate streams? Guild Wars 2, FF Stellaris? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Until I burn out. As I inevitably will, you guys know me. But yeah, tomorrow's a Guild Wars 2 stream. You're absolutely right, that's what I'm doing. And then I'm back to Final Fantasy 14. I'm thinking of raiding in Guild Wars 2. Because I want to get medium and heavy armor on there. But I think tomorrow's Guild Wars 2 stream won't be a raid stream. I think it will just be kind of a general... Some low-hanging objectives that I wanted to do. What the fuck? Some of these places. This is not what the vanilla game looked like before. What the fuck? Holy shit. The thing is, though, guys, I'm not seeing any... Whoa, there's like lightning storms and shit. I'm not seeing any space amoebas or anything. How far along 100% account completion are you? Well, I took a break. I haven't done that project for like a year, so very far behind. I'm missing a ton of mounts now, outfits... Dies. I'm well behind. I'm kind of happy to let it drop as well, though, because like there are some really salty, aggressive, like mean people that have got it out for me just because of that project. I don't know if they'll ever let it go or whether I should care about them, but dude, no one's here. Didn't we already go through that system? But if it gets the aggro off my back. Maybe in like 10 years, if they stop being so obsessed with hating on me, maybe it's worth ignoring.
Anomaly found.
A lot of people like me are now going for legendary armor, so streaming raids would be great. Exactly, yeah. I think it's a really good time to do it. This is hard. I'm not going to bother with this. It's a precursor thing, but I'm not going to bother with it just for now. Have I fucked something up? Paradox, have you fucked something up? Have I just got unlucky here? A new archaeological site. Oh shit, guys, look at this. Oh wait, no, never mind. Surface scans picked up signs that a technological civilization may have been active on the planet, but it's gone extinct. We need to maintain mount a surface expedition to learn more. Level 4 difficulty. Hell. Wow. Really? It's that hard? And I have no skill bonus. Alright, we can't do that. It's called Beautiful Bubble. I don't know if we'll end up being able to make a shield bubble around this world. Which would be very cool. Yeah, man. There's so many features and things we still haven't got to. I think many of my opinions about the things that I want tweaked about this game and that I could tweak about this game, about just making the super early game like more exciting and faster, all still stand. You know, if in these 3 hours of this stream, we'd had a little bit more combat, had some more divergent experiences based on the empire we'd built and stuff, I think I'd be really satisfied with it. And I obviously imagine it's all Guild Wars 2 aliens and races out there as well.
System survey complete.
What's this auto thing? I was raided, I think. Thank you very much. Really? That's very sweet of you. Thank you. It's kind of bad timing because I'm not going to be live for much longer, I don't think. As long as we can find some civilization. Oh, what's going on here? Our Empire Sprawl is growing too big. While Empire Sprawl is lower than our capacity, no penalties are applied. But we are going up. So, how do I build that? This is basically a strain on our administrative capacity. Oh, our ruler, our High Queen has developed new skills. Curie now has the Home in the Sky trait. Because she just leveled up. Okay, so she now causes our star bases to cost less and our upgrades to cost less. I really want a version of the game where the ruler traits are like super like significant. And it's really like the story of the rulers fighting against each other. Feel a little bit more like what they did with fuck, what was the new game that they just put out? Would you recommend we watch your videos on the streams before we join, or will it be more of a tutorial? Wait, for what? For the raiding stuff? I mean, yeah, the content I did on the raid, I did very good content on the first, like, 4 wings, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, by all means. Oh, we don't have these people working away here. Please do watch those. I mean, it will teach you a ton about the story and about, you know, the mechanics. Some of it's a little out. What I kind of like about those videos that I did is they're very mechanic focused. They're not meta focused. They're not build focused. You know, those comments were always flooded. When we cleared a wing early, they were always flooded with people saying, oh, what build did you use? What did you do? But, you know, I tended to not focus on that in the video. And they actually work better now. And the devs have never really gone back and changed some of those mechanics. All that said, I kind of want to do a refresher. You know the whole new player series stuff that I'm doing at the moment? I kind of want to go back and do raid guides for each encounter. That's the kind of content that I should have been doing, you know. I'm probably crippling my own audience and, like, growth potential by not doing that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. If I can find ways of doing it that's fun. Having, like, new player builds going up. Having, like, new player guides straight up going up. Having raiding stuff. You know, that's all, like, low-hanging fruit, easy-peasy content that other people do and I don't. And it's like, why don't you? Let's settle this tomb world. Someone give me a name for this tomb world in chat.
Construction complete.
What do you want to call it, guys? The code is 89. A tomb world. It's currently called Sagas Prime. What do we want to call it? I'll show you what it looks like. It's orbiting a red dwarf. Lots of resources. It's the moon of a greater rocky world. Beepers. Jesus Christ. Alright. Who am I to complain? Right, let's take... Now, I kind of got a decision here. I could put my construction ship ready to nab this choke point, because if there are alien civilizations over there, that's going to be like a really important decision. I used to know the hotkeys for quickly selecting my science ships and stuff. How did that work? Pressing 1 is selecting all of them at once. I can't remember how these little buttons on the bottom left work. My potatoes are kind of obscuring them a little bit. Like, you can easily set those up. I don't remember. Right, okay. Still no one. Is anybody out there? I'm lonely. I know I'm playing xenophobic isolationists with inward perfection. But I'm lonely. I want to know how first contact works. Come on, give me some space zombies that will shoot me down, or fucking destroyers or some shit. If you want, you could shoot me some WP assets and I could throw you together a mini stream schedule graphic. That's a really nice idea, and thank you for the offer, but I'm a little bit nervy about schedule stuff because I don't want to be too formally tied to stuff in case there's a day that I don't want to do it, and
Construction complete.
And then I force myself to do it because otherwise I feel guilty, or I don't do it and I end up feeling guilty, and no matter which of those two things happen, I end up feeling really dissatisfied, and it's the path to burnout and shit. So I don't know. Also, like, maintaining a schedule graphic is like a little bit more like busy work and overhead. It makes sense for someone who's pure Twitch, but I don't know. The only way in which I'd really endorse that is if, like, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I do want to say one little thing. This is possibly a little bit premature, guys. Right, let's get our survey speed to boldly go. That's obviously a Star Trek Next Generation reference, Picard. One thing that's kind of happened with my life the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is as you guys know, my mum's had a ton of health issues, like a ton of them. And anyway, she got a really good GP, like a young, enthusiastic, amazing GP who ran blood tests on her. And they found that she had very low blood iron. She was like a form of anemic, very low blood iron. Usually that's suggestive that you're bleeding or something internally. And so she's got like her whole thing going on. But she was looking at like symptoms of blood iron and having low blood iron, how it makes you feel and what it makes you do and why people end up with it. And it's like an energy thing. It really robs you of your energy, but it's like a long-term storage kind of thing within your body. And basically, if you don't commit to eating iron in your diet, you will start suffering from this. And my diet basically has no iron. Iron comes from like red meat and spinach and tuna and all that kind of shit. I don't get iron in my diet. I don't really like any of those foods. And especially since I've been an adult out living on my own, I just don't have that stuff. So she was like, you know what, maybe you've got it as well. And I could be genetically predisposed to it as well. So I've actually been taking iron supplements the past 2 weeks. And again, this might be a bit premature, but I feel like I have a lot more energy. Like I'll be able to do like a lot of exercise each day. I'll be able to do like multiple videos or a long fucking stream like this, and then go hang out with my friends and hang out with Kerry late in the day and enjoy myself and actually have some energy at the end of the day. I think it might have actually impacted me a good way. And so I kind of wonder if these past few years I've been so iron deficient and not realized that it's just like, it's not like a sleepy thing, it's not a tiredness thing, it's like literally just the idea of picking up a new game or a new movie or just like engaging your brain. Like there were very limited hours of the day where I really would be enthusiastic about doing that. And so then it's like you got to do a video during those hours, otherwise you're not working at all. But I've had a lot of energy recently. I don't know whether this all might just be a placebo. I might just be invigorated at the moment, and I'll crash and burn and have burnout in a little bit anyway. I don't know, but I'm hoping that this iron thing is a big deal. And apparently, if you take supplements for like 6 months or so, eventually you'll be like properly, fully restored. And I'm actually thinking about going to the GP just to get my blood checked, because I feel like I've got more in me. So I don't know. If that's a real thing, you might find there's a whole new era of WP. You might find all these weird wobbly things that I've had as I've gone through my 20s go away. You might find it was like a physiological thing that had been hitting me. I don't know. I'd like to believe that. Finally, it's happened while I was rambling. We have made an encounter in Riak. All right, what was the star system? All right, here it is. Just as I said. I don't know what's going on over here. We might find 2 empires really quickly. This is it. First contact. We have made first contact with an unknown entity. All right, this is new. I don't know what this icon is. First contact with the Gamma Menace. This used to be like a different icon. This is new. So let's have a look at what we can see. Where is it? Where are you? I don't see any menace here right now. We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Riak system. For now, we've just codenamed them the Gamma Menace. Until we can find out more about them, if they possess a language, we should decipher it so we can assess how much of a threat they pose. Okay, so this pre-patch was just like a 2-minute thing. It was complete bullshit, and it skipped the whole first contact phase. And my whole mod was about these events and this moment and expanding it. So, start the first contact process with the Gamma Menace. This used to be just a general situation log thing. Oh, wow, it's all new. Okay. Assign an envoy to investigate. See, the way my mod worked was you would scan their homeworld. So when you found aliens, if you didn't immediately start shooting at each other and invading each other, and that was all based on your ethics and so on, and your first contact policy. If you didn't do that, what you would actually do is fly to each other's homeworlds and like scan. I had like the AI all set up to do that, and it was really cool. You'd actually have aliens physically visit your capital. And I had footage of like multiple aliens in orbit of my world. I don't know any of them. I don't know whether they're dangerous. I also had it set up so that once they finish scanning your homeworld and they learn who you are, at that point they might decide, oh, we don't like these fuckers, and they might land an invasion or whatever. So you're a bit nervy. Maybe you shoot them out of the sky early. You know, I did all that like Cold War shit. That's what I had going on. Tension. That's all I was trying to add. Alright, we've made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the React system. For now, we've codenamed them the Gamma Menace, until we can find out more about them, blah, blah, blah. Assign an envoy. I have an envoy. They haven't been doing this whole game. Candia. He's 65 years old. He doesn't seem to have levels. So envoys don't have levels? They don't have perks or traits or anything? Difficulty of 5. Insights. So this is like the archaeology setup. Species unknown. Okay. Where's their ship though? What do you mean I've made first contact? I don't see them. They don't have a starbase here. They don't have any vessels. Were they here a second ago and they flew off right as I arrived? Do you know what? This is going to be like a fucking space amoeba or something. Which I'll be happy with. We're seeing the new system now. I don't see them. Where are they? What does my contact log look like? Oh, they're not on it. Okay, the way it used to work is they were awkwardly in there already. Did they come from the galactic north or the galactic south? Oh, look, our colony ship. We'll watch these guys. Oh, hold on. We got to set our construction ship up to work. Let's have him build all of that, and then let's have him build... I don't know how close the Fallen Empire wants me to live to them. They'll probably get a bit annoyed. But what's really smart is grabbing this system. If we grab the Bivum system, we've basically just claimed all of this. Well, we already have. But, you know, we've consolidated our power. Our Empire Sprawl's getting a bit messy, though. I think I'm going to need... I'm getting penalties for overextending, so I think I need to play with some of the new systems to fix that. I don't know how that works. You throw a handful of spinach on and basically anything I eat, but I'm tired all the time anyway. Dude, I do not eat any iron, really. Tuna is the only thing that I eat. And even then, it's not like in a regular part of my diet until very, very recently. So yeah, I mean, it might be placebo. CZ Fama says, oi mate, hey man. Anyways, hit me up if you change your mind about a schedule. I think it's generally very useful for viewers to have a rough guideline if you don't stick to it. Well, I mean, a graphic of a rough guideline of my current plans is nice, but, you know, then I'll change the plan and I'll look at that graphic and I'll think, fuck, I've let everyone down. I don't know. Does anyone want to teach me what best I can do for my administrative capacity right now? Maybe I should make a building. Maybe there's a building that helps with that. Can I get more, like, administrators or some shit? Administrative offices. There you go. Bureaucrats that will turn our consumer goods into administrative capacity. Okay, let's get an office on the homeworld. And you guys can have a building as well. Let's put a monument on there. The bioavailability of iron in spinach is low due to iron being bound up in the planet. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Spinach, I don't even know how spinach tastes, really. I think I've tried it and sort of been a bit meh about it. But I don't know whether I was a bit meh about it as a kid, though, just because of Popeye. Which gave me the impression of, okay, this is a gross food that they're just trying to make me eat. But I don't mind my greens. Actually, I was never that kind of kid. I always liked my greens. But I didn't really have spinach. What can I say? It's weird to me that I can't see their borders. I really like that. I think this is a part of the diplomacy update as well. Or the espionage or whatever. Nemesis. It used to be that as soon as you saw these guys, their borders would pop up. And now I don't know what they are. And I don't know what will happen. If I send a science ship in there, will the borders pop up? Are they being enforced? Can I just wander around in there and get shot down? I'm really excited to see that. I really, really am excited to see exactly how this new system works. And probably make a mod that tweaks it a little bit. It gives the starbase upgrades more value for sure. Yeah, and that's a whole other thing. I mean, you haven't even seen that on the stream right now. I've not been fucking with starbases at all. That, again, is another reason why I kind of like the idea. Did you guys know there's a whole thing about, like, ransacking and disabling starbases that's, like, sort of alluded to in the code, but isn't ever really used? You know, like how ground combat only takes place on planets? In theory, you could be sending to here as well. But again, like the Stellaris, I think what Paradox really needs to do with Stellaris is identify that more micromanagement heavy experiences are fun, especially in war, are fun early on. It's just you need to be able to comfortably transition out of that. You know, when I own all of this and I'm just in some mass fight against a crisis, I don't want to be fucking sending army landings on every starbase. People would go nuts about that. But you know, if they can keep their eye on that. I mean, in general, I think they've got a strong sense of it because they don't automatically unlock auto-survey as a feature of the game. They lock it behind a technology, which for veteran players is always like this point of contention. But I think that Paradox are totally right to do that. And they're totally right to ignore the community on that one. I think they should just continue going with stuff like that. Because the game has to have a good impression early, you know? It's just like with Guild Wars. I feel the same about every game I play. You've got to hit them hard with a good impression early. Well, okay, let me say it again. Big, complicated games. It doesn't matter whether they're an MMO or whatever, but if it's big and it's complicated, there's so much possibility to fuck that part of it up. I think that's where the true professionalism and, like, coherency of the product really comes through.
System survey complete.
Right, I don't, So, envoys. Do I get to physically see an envoy fly out? Are there not transport ships for envoys? I mean, that's a bit lame. Who's my envoy speaking to? What's my envoy doing right now? Shouldn't he be on their home world? Shouldn't he be at a ship in orbit somewhere? Hanging in space? What's going on? Where is this? There's just an envoy? I mean, there's no starbase here. There's not even a station. What does this mean? I did have an Adobe subscription. I don't have Adobe stuff on the new PC, actually. I haven't messed with that. But I could do that, yeah. Yeah, 14 doesn't have a good early impression either. I'm really weirded out, guys. The comments on Wooden Potatoes 2 for FF14 at the moment. Everyone seems to think I hate that game. I think that I came across a lot more negative about that game than I actually am. I don't know. I'm being blunt about the bits that don't look very good. I think people are really scared that I'm prejudging Final Fantasy 14. I think that's the big fear. People want me to like it, and they see that I've identified issues early on, and so they want to be like, oh, don't be so negative or whatever. But I just want to be clear. I'm not going to prejudge it. I'm the last person in the world that will prejudge it. I'm someone that will have 500 hours in that game and still say, do I really understand it? Do I really get it yet? So don't worry. It's the same with PoE. PoE left a terrible impression on me last time I played it. But I still don't, you know... I'm not going to say it's a bad game. I just think it hasn't clicked with me because I didn't really figure out the end game stuff. So don't worry. I'm very patient. And I feel fine about it. A lot I've enjoyed about Final Fantasy because to me it has been a breath of fresh air in a lot of ways. I'm really desperate to see another thing here. So again, another thing. Usually, by now, I would have established full communications. Their borders would have fully popped up. And I'd be away. Now I don't know what's going on. We got an update. Our linguist... That was a cool sound effect. Do you guys hear that? Our linguists are becoming increasingly frustrated at our failure to provide them with sufficient material to make progress on deciding the language used by the Gamma Menace. It seems these particular aliens are doing their utmost to prevent their signals being heard by the wrong ears. Ooh, is that what we're doing? Oh, I like it. It's just like the artifact in the archaeology. It's just like that. There is a 0% chance we'll have a breakthrough. We need 3 more insights or envoy skill points before we have a chance at succeeding. I have 3 insights already. I'm going to keep getting them. What's an envoy skill point? I guess this came in with federations. Why aren't envoys a form of leader? That would have been such a good thing to expand, wouldn't it? I would have loved a new category of leader. See, like, we've hired no admirals, no generals. I think this is wrong. I think there should be a little bit of ground combat in early events, little bit of space combat. When the game launched, there was. Sometimes you'd settle a colony and there'd be a little fight against, like, you know, like beasts on the planet. Or you'd have like a little pre-scripted event like the Comet thing or like pirates. Pirates used to kick in a lot earlier. We would have been dealing with pirates already. The early game is like really, really messed up at the moment because a lot of those little bits of flavor and events and just content variety isn't kicking in Stellaris quick enough. 20 years into a playthrough, 3 hours into a stream, that shit should have happened already. That's what I'd like to do. Like small, precise little mods that just implement those. Guild Wars 2 community is far more critical in general. Oh, it totally is. That's a big difference between Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2, I'll tell you that. And Final Fantasy. And it's not just that they're critical of the game, they're critical of everything. If you look at like my new videos at the moment, I would say that like the level 80 video I did is like, it's a half-an-hour video in which 29 minutes, 30 seconds is really useful, accurate stuff. But there's probably about 30 seconds of commentary in there that's a little bit... It misses a little detail, or it's slightly misaligned, or it's slightly wrong. There's probably about 30 seconds, all right?
Construction complete.
Out of half an hour of valid stuff to talk about. And most comments are just about what the video got wrong. And I think that epitomizes a lot of the Guild Wars 2 mindset and Guild Wars 2 user mindset. And I kind of embrace that to a certain degree. I mean, when I'm feeling like, you know, attacked and when I don't have much confidence and all that stuff, you know, it can be a real drain and it's upsetting. But in general, you know, I think it's fine. But when you're trying to do like a video so that people like, when I think about an actual new person who clicks that video, I want them to scroll to the comments and see a bunch of people saying, oh, this is good advice, nice. Because I want them to be confident in what the fuck I'm talking about, so they actually listen to what I'm talking about. It's not about, like, views, and it's not about getting subscribers and all that stuff. It's just I want them to see the comments, the comment testimony, and to therefore trust the video. And I believe in the video. I believe in what I'm talking about. Obviously I do, even if there are some minor little things. But if what they do is scroll down and people are really interested in the minor wriggles, then they won't get that confidence. And I think that happens everywhere in Guild Wars. I think that happens all over the place. And I definitely don't see much of that in the Final Fantasy side of things. Final Fantasy people are just like unquestionably like they love it. They love it. And I'll tell you why. It's because Final Fantasy has consistent aims, consistent content, and people know what to expect and what's going on. There is unity. There's cohesion. I wasn't joking earlier when I said that about like that's the unity. That's the perk that ArenaNet needs for unity. They need prosperous unification or whatever it was. Because that's the big thing with the game, the community. I'm not saying, like, oh, I shouldn't be called out for a mistake or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just articulating what I think what our community is like more than anywhere else. I don't know if I've brought some of that on myself. I don't know how big I think my own boots are, how much I've tweaked this community over the years. I do remember seeing that stat of how, like, I've got, like, 4 times as many YouTube views about Guild Wars 2 as anyone else ever has, like, or even more than that. Like, I'm worth like some ludicrous amount of like the proportion of what people have seen and talked about with Guild Wars. And that's kind of a weird moment. Like, over the years, It's kind of a
System survey
weird
complete.
moment to think how that might have manipulated and affected, you know, like general discourse and so on. I'm not saying I had any real impact because obviously it's a game filled with millions of people, and my outreach has been maybe what, over all the years I think I've probably impacted about 500,000 unique Guild Wars 2 users and enjoyers probably, which is it's a proportion. Oh, we had a thing, something to stop my egotistical rant. Okay, alarming. What I'm really concerned about right now, guys, with this is that I'll be bored by it in future playthroughs because I'll know all the text. Alarming reports from the React system, where we monitored one of the insidious activities of what can only be some manner of Xeno spacecraft. The vessel's exact purpose remains unknown, but it's likely an agent of a larger Xeno-political entity. It might be wise to gather more data about these creatures so that we can better ascertain the exact scope and nature of the threat. Hold on, though. This is lame. Where's the ship? They obviously just patrolled off. Am I missing something, chat? Guild Wars 2 is used to constant depression and downward spiral, where 14's been improved and hyped for the last 2 years. Yeah, it has. And you know, it's one of those things, it's like what I went on that crazy rant about on a stream the other day. I'm very cynical about like all these people, all these fucking yes men that will just jump at the bit to immediately start hyping the game in their own fucking self-interest to just earn a bit of money for themselves. Like, I fucking loathe that. It really aggravates me. It's so insincere. It's so deceptive. Fucking liars. Lying to your face. Fucking wolves. And like, if ArenaNet don't pull through, it just throws everyone in the dump again. So, like, I'm very, like, kind of even keel with how I feel about the game, and I'm very steady. If I'm slowly going to start feeling better about Guild Wars 2, it's going to be the proof being in the pudding. It's going to take time for them to actually show it. I'm not going to fly off the handle at every little blog post. But nowadays, I find I get, like, I get criticism. If you're not on board with the hype train, then people are, like, you know, they'll bite at you if you're not on board with the hype train immediately. And I just think that's so dangerous for Guild Wars 2. And it's such a shame as well, because I wish I could authentically be in that pure hype position. I was authentically in that pure hype position, like before Heart of Thorns, for example. But, you know, that downward spiral, just, it has this domino effect. It's just this cascading issue that ripples through the whole community. Right, so that didn't tell me anything, though. The ship we found is a part of a larger political entity. Yeah, okay. Such a Weasley little liar, dude. Still lying, dude. Is that a reference that I'm missing? Hey, WP, I'm currently forced to quarantine due to a colleague testing positive. To pass the time this weekend, I finally got around to playing Winds of Change. Your videos on Winds of Change are proving very helpful. Wait, what videos? Oh, I did do a playthrough of it. What, the one years ago? Dude, that's awesome. Thank you, man. It's a reference to another Twitch streamer, Hassan Nabi. I don't know that story. Do you want to tell me that story while we wait here? Sorry, I've suddenly started playing Stellaris very inefficiently and very slowly and very boringly. I mean, we're literally on a slow timescale here. Let's build. Oh, he's already building. Well, I don't really have to do anything. We're building away. We're working. Oh. It happened again. Encounter Irian. Here we go! Finally, we found someone over here. First contact with the, in this system, we've codenamed them the Delta Menace. Ah, we actually see a fucking ship for once. Oh no, they're building a starbase. Hello. Oh, but do I have an envoy for them? How do I get a new envoy as well? How do I get more envoys? And how do I, how do I know what they're doing to me? Like, are they investigating me? I wish this had some, like, physical... I wish we were, like, scanning each other. I preferred it bound to the science ships, because then you could actually get a sense of, like, interacting. I think you're limited for envoys because of your civics, right? Right, so because we're inwards perfectionists. Hold on, that's the wrong page. No, government page should have it, right? Shouldn't it list our civics? Yeah, they're here. Inward perfectionists. Okay, available envoys -1. So I should have 2, but I only have 1. There are no mechanics to get more back. There's a tech that can do it. Right, so I'm just stuffed for now. Hasanabi is a political streamer, and there's a legendary clip of him calling another streamer, Destiny, a liar. That Destiny guy's like a debater, right? Now that's a rough career path, let me tell you. That's, to me, I'm not being remotely like cheeky or jokey about this. Like, I'm not being remotely, but I genuinely think that's the kind of like thing. If you dedicate your life to just being in that antagonistic space, that's the kind of career where people end up offing themselves. Like, really. Like, that is like, just imagine that. I don't know how. I mean, you'd have to be such a strong, stable individual to live a life where like combat in that sense is just a permanent, always being attacked. It's crazy. I really think that is such a volatile, like, mental thing. It's like people who live on controversies, you know, and they just like they are notorious figures and they live and breathe on that. You know, that's like such a volatile existence to live. When like the hate literally feeds all of your fame. That's right. Let's hit play. Let's see how these guys interact. I think I'll get kicked out when this construction ship finishes building this. Like, if you were going to make an actual cognitive, calculated, cold-hearted decision to be on YouTube and be a thing, or be on Twitch and be a thing, to be in the public eye, whatever that means for new media and the internet now, if you're actually, like, calculating that shit, if you didn't just accidentally walk your way into it and try to morph it into something good, why would you ever pick that? Like, ever in a million years? I would go into something like that with your eyes wide open. Because everyone's a critic on the internet, and if that's the main jam you're all about. Okay, so colony development speed's interesting, but I don't think I want to do it. Let's just get more research station output. Since we're not in any fights or anything's going on, all of these other decisions about like deflectors or ship engines or Corvette speed and all that shit, it's like, what's the point? It doesn't matter. So yeah, can anyone tell me, how do I see what they are doing to me? Is there any way? Espionage is grayed out. I don't have any formal contact with anyone except the robots. I like how all this UI is still here. These question marks. Unknown orders. We need to study them. So I'm not going to be able to claim this territory. That's fine, because it's really far away from my empire. So here's the next question then. When it gets built, am I going to get kicked out? Because it won't project its borders, right? So maybe it will do what my mod does, or did. What my mod did for like 2.2 or whatever it is. You kind of have to assume that if you can see them, they can see you, and they may have an envoy probing you. They do actually discover you. Oh, so it can be a two-way thing. Oh, I see their fleet strength. So that's lame. I kind of like the idea of like not knowing if I can beat it because I don't have any intel on them. Oh, what happened? Oh, I left and I don't have sensor range. Right. Okay, we learned about clearing the deserts. Let's bump up our administrative capacity again. Everyone's still working away. Let's see if they've got any other construct here. They do. They have another star base. Do they have any mining stations? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well now that I found these guys, maybe I'll just tell these guys to return home. Like, this is the other thing I really want to do more of in Stellaris. This is why I say system combat could be better. I like queuing people around, you know. I like doing this sort of shit. You know. I like messing with their stances and hit and return and stuff. They could do a lot. They really should do a ground combat, a naval combat, and a monster combat kind of focused thing next. They haven't suggested in their dev diaries what they're doing. For anyone that doesn't know, the studio that makes this go on summer holidays, basically. You know, like when you're at school where you just go on break? Their whole country just goes on break in summer. And nobody works. Nobody does anything. So there's always these weeks of the year where there's just no updates or no news or anything. And then they always come back. It looks like such a cool place to work, honestly. They have like a British guy that appears on the live stream sometimes. I'm like, man, you got a good job. Wasn't Destiny a StarCraft streamer that started debating people in his chat? I don't know. I don't know. Man, I feel like the fall of the StarCraft side of the internet is a real shame. When I was like coming into the scene, StarCraft was such a big deal. Everyone talked about StarCraft. People loved StarCraft. In many ways, I think it made the whole idea of esports more credible than any other game. Obviously, League came quickly on its heels. But now I hear it's just like a dead husk of a nothing. You don't have summer holidays in Britain? No, not when you're an adult, not at work. There's money to be made. Yeah, that's the Nordics. They only have so little sun, so they enjoy it while they have it. Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought about that. I don't know how culturally they got there, but I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. And I'm very, very impressed with it. Stellaris is actually a good game to stream for chat focus, isn't it? Now that we're kind of in a rhythm, I can just like watch my ships move around. Do you know what? What skill is he? He's skill 1. Should we do all these precursor things?
Construction complete.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh shit, they built a starbase. You fuckers. Oh well, we can see the Gamma Menace now. They've started doing stuff. Okay. Oh no, sorry, it's because I've actually explored. Oh, this is cool. We should have been watching this. This is a system with a ton of stuff going on. This is the Gamma Menace. They look like they're going to be plantoids. But what kind of plants? A hive mind with a thirst for blood? Happy mushroom? Well, no, that's not plantoids. What's a cool, like, goofy? I think every race set, by the way, should have, like, a goofy, like, funny thing. Like the starfish or whatever. I think every single one should have one. Are they going to be happy xenophilic people that are constantly up my ass trying to be friends as I push them away? They've properly colonized this system. Surveying this may be a waste of time for me. So hold on, though. Let's say I find First League relics here. I should grab it before I can communicate with them, because once I communicate with them and they enforce my borders, I'm fucked, right? So let's say I wanted to do that. Let's say I wanted to be private as long as possible. This was something my mod had to struggle with as well, because I had weird issues where you could be in like late game and no one's ever communicated with this group and they could just get destroyed instantly as people bypass proper diplomacy, and it sucked. And like I had issues with primitives rising up in the middle of the game and how that worked. Oh, I have extended surveillance now. Oh, I can get a new envoy from this. Happiness minus 10%. Terrible threats probe our defenses, waiting for us to lower our guard. Increased resources must be sent to internal... Sorry, what does it say? Resources must be sent to internal covert security departments to protect ourselves. Very wordy. I'm going to do that. An extra envoy? So I would just take my envoy off of that project, basically, and I would say, no, 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 I don't want to talk to you. But how long can I hold back the tides? Like here, for example, I'm absolutely... Oh, wait, that's not what these markers are showing. What are these markers showing? What am I tracking right now? Yeah, it is First League. It is showing that. So what about the First League is going on here? I don't see any anomalies. Well, whatever. Let's survey that straight away, and let's get our construction ship ready to claim it. Because it's very clear to me that this is where the space race is. We'll have some border friction moving next to them real quick, but whatever. Okay, a little bit of progress on the Gamma Menace. So far, our efforts have been in vain. While we were able to easily ascertain, let's watch someone as we read this, that they clearly form part of a technologically advanced alien civilization, further facts have proven elusive, as they seem to be going into considerable effort. Oh. Yeah, going to considerable effort to stop us eavesdropping. We have therefore only managed to intercept small fragments of their language so far. However, from the glimpses we've gleaned, our linguists are confident that they are able to decipher their communication. That we will be able to decipher their communications if we can just acquire a greater sample size. A proposal has been drawn up for somewhat more aggressive information gathering. Some may call it hacking, but they will surely not take kindly. Oh, we get a choice. We can attempt to hack their data banks. Is Kerry still there in chat? Let's do a poll. We can attempt to hack their data banks to find out more about them. If they detect our attempts, they will likely be angered. Or we can just keep going along. Can you do a poll? Should we hack the aliens? It might piss them off or not. Should we hack them or not? Yeah, I know the answer to this one. I don't know. Provoke them? My scientists are advising I hack them. I'm never quite sure what the difference is between deselecting and closing there. Which aliens are these? Oh, good question. This is the Gamma Menace. These are the original ones. I haven't actually put an envoy on the other project just yet. Should we hack them? It's up, guys. Vote, 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 vote. Let's see what happens. Alright, everyone wants to hack. Fine. Oh, shit! We learned what they look like. And that they're hostile. These aliens are taking a hostile stance. Tread with caution. Oh, this is good. This is a bit better than my mod, I have to say. This whole tying it to the artifact thing was very smart. Okay, so we did have a bit of a breakthrough, and now we're just working away. Okay. Now, where do we meet these other guys? Let's put an envoy on that. Go on, Howen. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. We'll see how pissed off they are and stuff on the next stream, which, again, we'll rotate through. So, just because it's been too long, and again, I don't want to burn out or anything. So, thank you, everyone. It's been a lovely chat. It's been really cool. I would seriously, from the bottom of my heart, people who've tuned in for this stream, I kind of get people tuning in for Guild Wars 2 streams. I get people tuning in for Final Fantasy 14 streams. People that tune in for this, like, I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you all. If you want to see the other stuff I do, if you want to be sure when the next Stellaris part goes up, you can click follow. Thank you very much for those subs earlier. That raid of 10 people from Otter Scotch, that was very sweet of you as well. Thank you guys. It's been really nice. A cool little evening. Nice way to end the day. And I hope you guys all have fun. I'll be investigating these aliens a bit more on the next part. Also, there's a ton of achievements and fun things for me to go for now because there's been like 2 expansions since I last played. So that's cool. It's been fun, honestly, never chat on streams, but it's been a good evening for me too. Yeah, I mean, I like streams at this pace with chat. I can turn on follower-only chat and emote-only chat and all that kind of stuff very easily, so yeah. When we go faster, I might turn it on. When we go slower, I'll turn it off. Thank you, guys. It's been really cool. Really cool. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta.